What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Game Over Greggy Show. I am one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the producer/seducer, Nick Scarpino.
Wipe them out. All of them.
That was good. Yeah,
that was pretty good.
Star Wars.
awesome,
That was
yeah.
Star Wars. Even I
I'm in
knew
a
that
good Star
reference.
Wars mood right
Yeah?
now. Yeah.
Because you saw it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And
And it let you down, you said.
it was an abomination. No, I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
No, you're blowing it.
Am I blowing it?
Yeah.
I just blow that. You
you
can't bring up Star Wars then, because
You
I
already
can't render an
ruined it.
opinion
You
on
already
that.
ruined it right there because I was gonna say, man, for 3 weeks your tan sure is holding up.
Oh, yeah. That tanning bed. You should see on the underside of my balls.
Jesus Christ, Nick. If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, we took the final 2 weeks of December off, so we're banking Game Over Greggy shows
Banking
for you,
it
so
like,
there's plenty of content for you.
What was that show?
Quack, quack, quack.
Oh shit! No, I know where you had to beat you banked it.
The weakest link.
Weakest link. That is it. That is
Bank.
it. Yeah, bank. I think they didn't get as much money, right? That was the thing. That
Yeah,
started
you had
over.
to start a sequence.
You
then
won?
banked.
No, it
Weakest
wasn't
link?
Weakest Link.
Goodbye.
With the bank, was it? There was the other show.
Oh, you're talking about the
Deal.
banker.
No, no.
That was
Deal or
different?
No Deal is not that at all.
Deal or No Deal is the banker. That's what you're thinking of. Bank is when you would start a chain reaction
Right.
on the weakest link, and then you'd bank the money. Because
Don't
if you got
even-
a question wrong, then
Yes.
it would reset.
Yes.
I'm personally insulted you to even think that we would be not. Colin and I could fucking give you the stem to stern biography of Deal or No Deal. All right.
Right? Stern.
Don't worry
loved
about it.
I loved that show.
That show was the fucking best.
I never saw it.
It's really
I just played
it's a
the
really
game.
terrible
Oh,
show.
Santa Cruz.
When it comes down to it, it's a terrible show.
Was that the one with the
Howie Mandel.
British girl? Oh, that was Howie Mandel.
Weakest Link had the British woman.
Okay. Howie Mandel was one where the women just stood there with cases,
Briefcases,
right?
yeah.
And
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
pick one. And they were like, the third one. And then he's like, no.
And then there would be a guy like
Fucking idiot.
Sit down. Sit
down,
the
idiot.
fuck down.
the banker was like the silhouette on the phone.
Yeah. He
It was
always
like
trying
so
to-
weird.
It was so good. What a great fucking show. And it took the world by storm. Surprised you missed it, Tim, because it wasn't
Is
on
it
YouTube.
still happening?
It was.
And syndication, I'm sure, or whatever. My favorite is when they decided no one's won the fucking $1 million. It's too hard. Put a bunch of $1 million cases in there just to try to fucking get somebody to finally win the $1 million case. Over here, the Pride of Long Island, Colin Moriarty.
It's good to be here with you today.
Good to be here with you today as well. And over here, the pure one, Tim Gettys.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I am good.
I like
Very
your outfit.
good.
Your outfit looks real good.
Yeah, it's the snazzy outfit. I now own this jacket in 3 colors.
You do. That's
Go
right.
ahead. Studio audience likes
Thank
it.
Thank you.
What's the other one? Burgundy and gray?
Burgundy and gray. Yes.
Don't act
Now-
like I don't pay attention.
No, it's good. It's a
I
good
want
thing.
you to know that this jacket holds a special place in my heart because I want a pilot's jacket like that. And my wife told me for a very long time, she's like, they're out of style, they're out of style, they're out of style. I found a couple of them that I liked, but she would not let me get one. And finally the other day, because she saw someone famous wearing one, she's like, they're back in style, you can get one now. And now you have 3 in every conceivable color.
It's great.
So I can't get
Not
one.
brown. Brown's
And
the
you
real
guys
pilot
always
jacket.
give me shit for my little league jacket.
Oh, yeah, we
You know,
do. That's true.
I'm about to buy like 10 of those.
What
yeah.
color is you going to get there?
Well, I saw the dude, my dude Grimecraft at
I know him.
PSX, and he was wearing that PlayStation one.
That was
Right.
a cool
And
one.
I was like, well, that would perfectly match my Jordan military 4s.
Sure.
So I need that. So
Okay.
I'm gonna get that one. And then there's this really dope ass Diamond Dogs one.
Yes, there is.
Have you
Same
seen that?
people, right?
Same
Yeah, yeah.
people.
Well, who is
Getting
it?
that shit
It's not
too.
thinking.
Insert coin clothing.
Insert coin. That's right.
I'm like, those are fucking sick. And then
Cool.
there's other shit. I'm just going crazy now.
I like it. I like it. You're balling out of
I
control.
like jackets.
Good. I like sweatshirts, but I do look better in a jacket.
Thank
But
you.
sweatshirts can go
You never
anywhere.
wear a jacket.
Jacket. I know.
I never see you wear a jacket.
I don't really
'Cause
have
you're
any.
from Chicago, where everything
I
like
know.
this must be just really warm.
That's the
weather
problem.
there.
Is I burn so hot. Even on a cold day, if we're gonna walk somewhere, I'm gonna get overheated and take off my sweatshirt. I don't want to be carrying a jacket around with me the whole time.
Is that really a thing? We had Maddie was on the
Yeah,
podcast
Maddie Kerr.
today, Maddie Kerr,
Shout out to Maddie Kerr.
fun guest. He came in and he's from Montana, where I guess it's
Right.
pretty cold.
Yeah.
Very
Very
cold. You know. And we're walking to the cars, and I'm freezing, and he's wearing a t-shirt. I think he had jeans on. Could have been really short shorts, but I'm pretty sure they were jeans.
I think it was.
And I was like, "Do you want a sweatshirt?" He's like, "No, this is great for me, man.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
sit outside. This is like warm weather."
He was
man."
talking about,
I'm
yeah, him and his friends were up here. They were rocking t-shirts and shorts. They were
like,
having a
I
great
don't
time.
buy it. I don't buy it.
You don't know what it's like to live in a real place. You
I know
live
what it's like to
here
live in
California.
sweltering heat.
Yeah,
That's all I know.
I know. And
Were
the way
you-
you combated it was eating sauce.
Yeah, got fatter.
Yeah, it's not the way to fight it.
Nothing's better than extreme heat than
Yeah.
excess body fat.
Fucking pack your gullet full of lasagna, then go out there.
fuck yeah, you do.
Hit the surf.
You gotta sweat it out on the sand.
If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Game Over Greggy Show each and every week for sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table. Each bring a random topic of discussion for your amusement. If you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny. Toss us a few bucks and you get every episode early along with a bunch of exclusive perks. If you have no bucks to toss, no big deal. Head over to youtube.com/kindafunny where we post the entire show topic by topic, day by day, until the entire show is put up on Fridays. One big video and one big MP3. There's nothing on this. Tim, you're running the show today. I don't know what's happening.
So what we're doing today
Yeah.
is, what's the date right now? Just so everyone
The real
knows.
date today?
It is December 10th.
October. Oh,
What?
It's December 10th.
December 10th.
I apologize.
Now, we're going to do a little bit of the movie of the year, TV show of the year, movie trailer of the year, all the things of
years.
the year. This
I
is
like
the,
that.
It's the awards. It's the GameOverGreggy Awards.
Neil Patrick Harris.
That'd be amazing.
So I made a list of a bunch of different stuff. And so the problem with this is we haven't even seen the whole year. We have 21 days left in this year.
We got the big movie.
So
of course.
there's a bunch of things
Still
that are
haven't seen
still going to
Star Wars
happen.
yet.
So we're just going to talk about what's happened so far.
So we're leaving Star Wars off the table.
Yeah, I have a feeling it'll come up once or twice.
Sure.
In some of these
In the
discussions.
trailers and
Yeah,
whatnot.
so,
but
I
as
mean-
far as movie of the year,
Yeah, we can't
Not gonna
really
be Star
talk
Wars.
about
It's
it.
premature.
Yeah, it's also inevitable.
Good use of that term.
Thank you.
Excellent
Premature.
We're going to start with
Premature.
movie trailer. Okay? Movie
Okay.
trailer of the year, but also just trailer discussions. Now, yesterday, December 9th, for those at home,
Best trailer of the year came out.
Ninja Turtles 2 trailer came out.
Leaked.
And I want to say,
Leaked.
God damn. That
Now-
could have been horrible,
I-
and it was fun instead.
Did you guys watch this yet?
I did. Yeah, we watched on Colin Moriarty Live today.
So what took me
Looks
by
awful.
storm was this. I was like, oh, here was the range of my emotions. Are you ready for this?
Very much so.
Oh God, there's another Ninja Turtles movie being made. I had forgotten about it, but now it's here in front of me. What an abomination. I can't believe. Holy shit, did that thing just shoot things out of the front of the Ninja Turtle truck? I'm in.
Yeah.
I am fucking in.
What
I
about
won
when the
180.
kids? What about the kids movie that was just here's Megan Fox's breasts in midsection?
That was my
Fine with
favorite
that.
part of the trailer, personally.
Yeah, but it's not really a kids
Nickelodeon
movie.
movies.
Yeah, but it's not. a kids movie.
Nickelodeon movies.
Nickelodeon's not for kids. I'm a grown ass man.
You should love it.
Just because you're a grown ass man and watches Nickelodeon doesn't mean Nickelodeon's not.
I don't have. I mean, I wish Stephen Amell well.
Yeah,
But I don't have an undying allegiance to Stephen Amell like I do one Tom Welling.
Oh, that's true. I guess that's okay.
Who the fuck is Tom Welling?
Smallville.
Oh, okay.
He like him. He made his money on Smallville, and you know he said I'm never gonna act again.
Did he really?
No, he's tried.
He was in Draft Day.
I'm working
Yeah, he
on
was.
it.
I don't know. I'd love Tom Welling. Very much one of the guests I'd like to have on the show to talk to him about it. Because you remember, even when he was on Smallville, he was like doing the producing of Hellcats and stuff. And he's
I didn't know
directed
that.
a few things here and there.
I
I'd love to
did not
know
know
what his
that.
future is. And then if he has left acting behind him, why show up in Draft Day out of the blue?
I don't know.
I want to know.
mean,
Tom Welling, if you're out there, come by and tell me about all that stuff I just said.
He was in a couple movies. He was in that Steve Martin movie with where they had like 12.
Yeah,
kids in
but
the
I mean, that
family.
stuff's so long ago. You know what I mean? I'm talking about like it literally had been, we hadn't seen Tom Welling on celluloid in quite some time.
What was that movie?
Until DraftKings pops around and I'm like, Kevin Costner.
Draft Day.
I didn't see it either, but I was like, Tom Welling.
No,
Yeah.
the Steve Martin one. What was the Steve Martin?
It was a
12
riff-
Angry Jurors. It was something like that, but with kids.
It was a riff on yours.
Cheaper
Mine,
by the
Ours.
dozen. I
Cheaper
knew
by
there
the
was a
dozen,
12
that's
in
right.
it.
Yeah, and Hillary Duff was in it, right?
Bang.
Yeah,
You're in
That
a
was the
weird
thing.
mood today.
I'm
huh?
having a good mood
It's
day.
it was
good.
good. It was fun.
So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the
Bebop
trailer.
and Rocksteady, dude.
Dude, that crushed me.
Dude.
I'm
This
excited
is-
about that.
The trailer, police today in the Twitch chat, Colin Moriarty over here, chief of the trailer Twitch police, they were all waving their batons, trying to send him to jail for a bad trailer. And I said, you know what? It was a fun trailer.
It was
fun.
I
It was
don't.
an amazing trailer for what it could have been.
Sure.
Because, my God,
Let me ask you this
that
question.
first trailer for the first one,
Where they go down the hill and stuff.
I mean, I was just like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
First
No,
off,
I still
let's-
don't like a lot of things about it. Johnny Knoxville's Leonardo. Get the fuck out of
Is
here.
he?
I thought he did a fine
Yeah.
job.
I'll tell you that. That's one
that's
thing.
not Leonardo. Like, there was 2 Raphaels in that movie. It was
I definitely
bullshit.
don't like any of the voices I heard. For the record, didn't see the first movie because I'm a grown ass man and won't go see that kind of crap. But watching the trailer, if you excuse me while I go buy more Lego
excuse me while I
Dimension
put the
toys.
Superman bank full of actual change that I've been saving
Hey,
from my
you know
mom.
what? One day this business goes south, and here's my IRA. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm all
gotcha,
set to
gotcha.
go. I didn't like when Michelangelo's voice pops up and he's like, "Are you guys a thing?" Didn't like that. Didn't like his voice.
Yeah.
I'm nickel and diming, of
It
course.
fits, though. Yeah, I mean, that's
trailer-
the thing is,
the
like,
trailer was fun.
I hated on the trailers a lot going into it. And then the movie came out, and it's not a good movie. Like,
Number one.
do not get me wrong, not a good movie. I had fun watching it.
Yeah.
I had a lot of complaints, but it was fun, and I like Michelangelo, like his voice, and I see what you're saying because it is kind of the like, ooh, this is a cringy thing, but it's like when you see it in the context and shit.
He's no
like,
Rob Paulson.
He's definitely not.
But I mean, here's the deal. Like for me, it goes the original cartoon. Those are the voices that I remember being like spot on, and that was like my baseline. Then when the movie, I remember when the original TMNT came out, I did not like Raphael because it was such a big departure from the Raph of the cartoon,
the horrible cartoon.
Rob Paulson.
And was it Rob?
Rob was Raph in the
cartoon.
original, and now he's Donnie in the new one.
And so
Shout out to Rob Paulson, Talking Tunes.
You know, seeing this, I was like, I actually don't dislike the voice. I actually liked the movie a lot more than I thought I would.
Really?
It was on Netflix. I'm like, I'm just going to watch it. My wife was doing the thing where she buzzes around, and the most important part, she walks in front of the TV and then stops me and goes, oh, were you watching this? And not to be ironical.
I don't know who Shredder is now.
That's the thing. Everyone's like, oh, they ruined it. But I'm like, let's go back to the original source material here. It's about mutant ninja turtles whose master is a gigantic fucking rat that used to be a human, and everyone's pissed off because they screwed with that. They're like, he used to be a human. You can't mess with that. That's canon. And it's like, what? Are you kidding me? Now, it's not like it's G.I. Joe, right?
I'm sorry, Aunt Della's trying to FaceTime me right now.
Earlier today, she butt dialed me. Oh, she's gone now. So I don't even know if this is a real thing.
Okay. Go on. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying there's the one thing I liked about the trailer was there's a certain frivolity to it. There's a certain fun aspect to it that I think it managed to get me. I was like,
Definitely.
oh, that's actually kind of fun. I'm on this ride with you now. I think that's all it really needed for me. Now, granted, I've never been a diehard Ninja Turtles fan. I wasn't necessarily as disappointed with the first one as I was, say, watching, the G.I. Joe movie 1 or 2, where I was
man,
wow, they really missed the mark on this very quickly.
God.
But again, these were all silly cartoon shows that when you go back and watch, like when you go back and watch that original Transformers cartoon, you're like, what the fuck is happening
Ninja
here?
Turtles, I think, is an even worse offender.
Probably.
Oh, definitely. Shredder? Oh, is Shredder a badass? No, Shredder's not a badass. He's a fucking goof.
He was a goof in that.
Entirely. Krang was
like
running the shit.
Yeah, Krang was running the
But
shit.
you can say the same thing about Darth Vader.
What?
Krang is to the Emperor.
No.
As Shredder is to Vader.
No, he's
because
saying persona-wise.
Shredder is like, oh, what are we going to do today? Ah.
Shredder
like,
is Cobra Commander.
He's like, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
He is Cobra Commander.
Krang is to Serpentor.
Yeah.
As Shredder is to Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think we've uncovered something now.
Yeah. Now we're really getting
cartoons
into
are
the
bullshit.
heart of the matter.
Really
Now
are.
let me tell you about this first of all. I saw this trailer this morning. I never saw the original Turtles, like the Michael Bay one. I don't give a fuck about it. But I so the second one, whatever. I look at it. The Turtles look like fucking morons. They're like awful. It just looks awful. It just looks terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Rocksteady and Bebop being in it is cool, and they look fine. It's like a CG. Someone took a CG jizzle over the screen, and that's totally fine.
Michael
But
Bay.
I did like obviously Megan Fox, but also. But also, I liked Casey Jones, who's like by far my favorite character in Turtles, like by a mile.
Yeah.
And so it's cool to see him in there, and it's his like what they show of him. I like. But then we went back and did the smart move, which we went back and watched the Raphael and Casey Jones scene in Central Park in the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, also known as one of the great movies of all time. And what we found there was a great representation of what the Turtles should look like, and what Casey Jones should look like. And the dark vibe that's encapsulated in the graphic novels is portrayed more in that movie than in this over-the-top Nickelodeon shit that they're doing to the Ninja Turtles now, which I don't like very much.
Yeah, but this encapsulates the cartoon, which is what everybody remembers.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is
better.
for you like the comics, but that's not what's quote unquote mainstream about the Turtles.
Yeah.
What made them mainstream was the cartoon, where they were zany and
And
silly
pizza.
and different colored and
pizza.
They liked pizza.
The
Kids
best
can
part
get
of the
behind that.
first movie was when they need to do the teamwork thing to defeat Shredder, and then Raphael looks at Michelangelo's like, Mikey, you can say it. And he's like, cowabunga. I'm like, fuck yeah.
they had
Is
some,
that the new movie, the old movie?
That was the reboot.
that was the
Okay.
reboot.
The Michael
They
Bay
had
one.
a couple moments in the reboot where I was like, I can't believe I just laughed at that. I can't believe I actually liked that moment. There's a moment where they're about to go up, they're going up the
The
elevator.
elevator.
And they have this stupid back and forth, and I fucking laughed. And I'm like, you know what? All right, I'll give
Well,
that
it
one.
was just, they're
Good
in the
job,
middle
Turtles.
of two fight scenes.
Yeah.
And it's super intense. They're trying to like rescue motherfuckers. They get in the elevator, it starts going up. It's dead silent.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, one of them starts beatboxing.
Yeah.
And then they all just join in, start fucking drumming on each other's shells and shit. It's like, this is fucking great. Michelangelo just starts like
Is
rapping.
it great?
It is. I mean, it's Ninja Turtles.
Entertaining. It was enjoyable.
I
Is it
worry
whether or
about
not
their
it's
shells.
great. No, I don't put it up there with like the writing in Unforgiven.
Right, of course.
Tell all the other
or Kramer
curves.
versus Kramer.
Kramer versus Kramer.
You know,
I
or
love that
12
movie.
Angry
Really
Men,
good movie.
That's
you
probably
know?
like one of my top 10 movies of all time.
I don't put it up there. Those are great.
Kramer
This
versus Kramer
was
is a great movie. Really sad movie.
fun. It was
Yeah.
really sad.
It was very fun. We got a lot of superhero stuff this year. Obviously, we've talked about many a movie trailer.
Which is why it's a moot point to say the best trailer of the year was Batman v Superman, the one that just came out.
No.
Yep.
So well, but
That's
not only
interesting.
did this come out, also the first trailer.
Huh?
So we got the first trailer, we got this trailer.
Yeah,
Was
and I'm
that
saying
this
the
year?
most recent one was this year. It was
this
is the
movie
best.
trailer
The
of the year?
most recent one was this year. You're right.
No. But anyway, so
Dates.
yeah. So there was that. And debuted at Comic-Con. Comic-Con had a whole bunch of movie trailers. There
Yeah.
was the Deadpool.
You're talking specifically about one where it's like, "Do you bleed? You
Yeah.
will."
That
That's
was
the one
the
you're talking about at Comic Con.
Batman v Superman. And then there was Deadpool. And
Right.
then there was Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the trio that kind of hit us at once.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of those?
Blown out of the water by the one that just happened.
You were. I still hold that the trailer. The trailer that hit me hardest was that first Star Wars trailer by far.
Yeah, no, for sure.
By far, and I'm gonna get it mixed up.
Tim's trying to drive to a point. We won't let him. We keep jerking the wheel.
Sorry, no, but I mean those trailers were good. I really liked seeing the suit in Batman for the first time was
A moment.
a moment. Because I was like, okay, this is like the 5th time we've seen a different bat suit on screen. I could be getting my numbers wrong, but something around there.
Sure.
And it blew me away. I was like, that looks great. He looks good in it. And I'm now excited where I'll be honest, I was one of the haters of Batfleck. I was like, I don't think he's going to do a good job. Then seeing him in the role and seeing some of the back and forth between him and Henry Cavill I'm like, this could work. This could be fun. I still stand by the fact that I worry about the tone of the film, especially with this latest trailer.
The best trailer of the year.
I
As
don't think it was the best trailer of the year.
an award awarded by the trending gamer. So kind of know what I'm talking about here when it comes to awards.
You're gonna do that?
Yeah.
That's where we're gonna go.
Yeah.
How
No,
long you
until
can
you
do that
take-
when you get that gigantic sharp fucking trophy back and
Jeff
stab
Keighley's
yourself in the
walking
eye.
it to me. He's walking it from LA to
Thing
me.
like heavy as hell.
Just take this thing and just bash him in the head with it. Eventually, someone's gonna have to do it.
It'll happen. No, I mean I like those. They definitely was cool. It was definitely and actually I remember liking the Suicide Squad trailer a lot when I first saw it, and then when I watched the full res version, I was like,
Yep, I remember that. I do remember
Yeah.
seeing it. The same thing with Daredevil. No, God damn it, Deadpool. Sorry, where I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is awesome. And you watch, like, oh, it's good. That's for me. And granted, Batman v Superman for us just happened. But you're talking about that trilogy right there. And I was like, oh, yeah, I remember all of those. And I remember being excited to finally see them, but I don't remember the trailers well. Other than Will Smith's like, oh, so you're saying we're a Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
you see
Yeah, Suicide Squad.
some kind of Suicide Squad.
I put Detective Lance in there for
you
some
did.
reason.
You fucking crushed it though.
Now more. You're going to tell me there's some kind of Suicide Squad walking through my streets.
So good. You guys don't watch Arrow, you would be cracking up right now.
I'm good on that.
Oh,
Thanks.
it's so
The
good.
Suicide Squad trailer, I didn't like too much. People really did like it when it first came out, but I was like, it looks fine. I mean, it's just DC Universe stuff, which I'm happy is happening.
Yeah.
That's cool. Deadpool, I was really stoked about when we saw the like leaked shit. 'Cause
Yeah.
When things are leaked, it's way more hype.
Yeah.
And it's when you can't see it,
You're right.
you have to use your imagination. It's like, playing a fucking Super Nintendo game. So all of a sudden, everything's just way cooler than it actually is. But then you actually see the Deadpool trailer. They put out the Red Band one. And I'm excited for that movie. The fact that it is coming out in 2 months is crazy.
Wow, I didn't realize
I didn't realize it was that close. Yeah.
Yeah.
February?
February.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's very, very close. We haven't seen too much. I think we're going to see a bit more maybe during Star Wars. But
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, there's great points. They're nailing it. It's I mean, I'm not trying to take away from it, but like, I'm thinking about it. And I'm right. I remember like when he smells the guns and you see it going, and his eyes get all big or what. And I'm like, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm in. I like Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, you
I
got
like
me.
Deadpool. Let's do it.
definitely.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Definitely.
We got
Daft.
it was the
Punk.
Magic Mike Double XL trailer. Which do you remember that one, Nick? The one with the Genuine song?
Sing it for me.
With Ride with Pony.
Yeah, sing it.
Bounce, 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 ounce, ounce, jump on it, do it, riding that pony.
And that was
That was
exactly
pretty good.
So the
That's
whole
really
trailer,
good.
the whole trailer was just Channing Tatum with the like welding stuff.
Oh, that's
And he was just
right.
standing
He
against
was
the table,
breaking it
and he just started like just grinding on the table and like using the welding thing to make that song happen.
Bounce.
I don't remember that trailer.
It was cool.
I remember when he danced in. Maybe that was like not. It probably was from Magic Mike 1. The viral video where he came in and was like doing like a marketing survey.
Oh, that
thing.
was awesome. Where he's the
That
old
was-
man
that
and
this
he's
year?
like,
Oh, that was for 2. That was for the
Yeah.
movie.
It was for this
one,
movie.
yeah.
Is this movie already out?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
it came and
Okay.
went a long time ago.
Yeah, it came
Sorry.
hard.
A long, hard time ago.
Oh, like a dick.
Hey, look, BB.
Hey, who's got an erection? Make it happen.
And that trailer came out around the same time the Furious 7 trailer came out.
Oh, fuck.
And my fucking God, that trailer. The trailer was great. It set up everything. It set up the moment when you saw Paul Walker and it's like one last ride. And it's like, oh my God.
God, it's so good. I
And
know.
then the fucking building
building
jump. And it was just like, get out of here. They did it. They fucking did it.
it was good.
Remember,
I
you were
gotta
mad
be
about
scared.
that.
Huh?
You were mad about that. You thought it gave away too much.
I thought it did, and then it didn't.
Sounds like another trailer that's been out recently that was recently awarded the award for being the best trailer
Mm.
from the Trending Gamer of 2015.
Is she with you? I thought she was with you.
There's the Zoolander 2 trailer.
That trailer sucks.
Sets of trailers. Did you see the first trailer though?
I don't know. I just saw the one that
All
was
the
most,
selfies and shit.
Mm,
That one was funny. The second one was a little
I don't know.
weird.
The
It
second
gave
one,
me a
like,
couple
I looked at it.
laugh out loud
I'm like, this isn't funny at all. Like, if this is the best you have to show me, this isn't
Get
funny.
the fuck out.
I remember seeing that movie in the theater when I was in high school. Made out with a girl for like half the time I was
Yeah, you
there.
did.
Yeah.
you did.
Saw half of it.
Hit the song.
Bounce. Bounce.
But I love that
Bounce.
movie. I mean, having seen it many times since then, it's a funny movie. It doesn't need a sequel.
Agreed.
I am.
100%.
No, I mean, I'm totally with that.
Okay.
Jungle Book. Did you like that trailer?
No, I didn't. You know,
Your boy Christopher Walken. Your boy Bill Murray.
I don't know. I'm not excited. I'm not gonna.
That's
see it.
CG?
I will. That's
Looking
one of
all
those where I
good?
look at. I'm like, I'm not gonna see that. I'm not gonna see Tarzan. I'm not.
Yeah,
gonna
the
see that.
Tarzan movie.
I'm not gonna see the one where Chris Hemsworth fights the whale. Like,
What's with you and not liking nature?
I don't go outside, man.
Hey,
I'm a
man,
city
know your
boy.
wheelhouse.
It's true.
There was
like
the
Cars.
Civil War trailer, which we never did a proper reacts to.
Because it happened awkwardly when we were
yeah,
on
it happened at
vacation.
night when we were all gone.
Great
for
trailer.
Thanksgiving. Yeah, thought it was a
Cool
great
trailer.
trailer. But also, it's like at this point with Marvel stuff, it's like cool.
I expect it all to be great.
Yeah.
Interesting how they're setting it up. You know, it was over a government law before, and now it's just that Cap has a friend. It's like, wait,
It's
what's
cr-
happening?
I mean, the craziest thing about the Civil War trailer is how they set it up at Fort Sumter and and then Lincoln takes to the stump to give the proclamation, and it's a really crazy kind of it kind of culminates at Appomattox, and it's one of those kind of crazy. I really enjoyed the trailer.
That's weird that that's your favorite. My favorite part was when Iron Man was fighting with Captain America.
And Bucky.
And
That was
and
great. When,
Bucky.
when
Do
he's
you
getting
think that-
owned.
I don't know the answer is no to this, but play with me for one moment, please. Do you think the guy that plays Bucky wishes they had changed the character's name before they went into
No.
shooting?
No.
Because now people have to refer. Now he has to walk down the street and people go Bucky
Bucky.
for the rest of
Bucky,
his
there's
life.
money falling out of your pockets. He's like, thanks. He doesn't give a shit. You fucking kidding me?
I would.
No, you wouldn't.
I'd be like, can we change it to Buck at least? Because that sounds cool and strapping.
Buck sounds like fuck too much.
Yeah.
That's how you get around it. Nobody ever yells fucky.
It's too far down that rabbit hole. I'm sorry, I couldn't come back.
There was the Martian trailer.
I thought they were great.
That was a great trailer.
I would love to see that movie if only it was out on demand.
Soon, December,
You still haven't
January.
seen it?
January,
No,
yeah.
that's right. I bitched you over.
It is,
enough,
and that's
Kevin.
the fucking bullshit. I don't want to go.
There was the Creed trailer.
You know how
Creed
busy
trailer.
I am?
The
Yeah.
Creed trailer was something
Trending gamer.
special to me.
So
Yeah, that's a
Creed
good
and The Visit are two trailers that I want to give shout outs to because I think they sold people on stuff that
Oh,
no
they
one
did.
was fucking sold on.
They did. When I heard they were making another in the Rocky series, I was like, that's going to be such an abomination. But they surprised me a little bit with Rocky Balboa, which is Rocky 5, I believe. That was actually pretty good. It's pretty heartfelt. Even though he goes back in the ring, you're like, what are you doing? You're like a 95-year-old man. You're getting punched in the fucking face. So this one was fascinating because I wasn't sold. I like Michael B. Jordan, but I wasn't sold on it until I realized that they decided in a very ballsy move to flip the switch and have Rocky be the Mick character.
Yeah.
Which I was like, that is fucking genius. I am in. I will go see that. And I have yet to, but I have plans to see it this weekend, hopefully.
Good.
Hopefully.
I mean,
My
yeah,
wife
that
wants
trailer
to see
was
Spotlight
awesome.
instead, but I'm going to try to go see
Spotlight.
it.
When are you going to fit all this in? You're recording podcasts on Sunday.
I don't know, dude.
You're
This
going to
is
a
why I
fight on
always
Saturday?
lose. This is why I lose.
You got a holiday party on Friday. You're effed, man.
You're so
Wait, here's what you do.
fancy.
Here's what you do. Just get on board with me. Day One Digital on demand. You can watch it whenever you want. You can watch it on the car ride home. Not even drive.
No, that's when I watch porn. That's when I
Okay.
squeeze the porn in.
Yeah. Is that red
Squeeze the
lights?
porn in.
Red lights. You're seeing what's happening.
Just put it in the speaker system so when people pull up, it's like, ah.
Bow.
All right.
I left you hanging on that, but it kind of
You
sounded like
did.
Miles Dyson at the end of Terminator 2. Don't know how much longer I can hold this thing.
The final 2 trailers of the year that aren't out yet, so we haven't seen them. But tomorrow, in real time, there's the X-Men Apocalypse trailer.
Oh, really?
I'm very
I didn't know
excited
that.
for that. Mhm.
I'm excited for that.
So hopefully it's good. Let us know in the comments what you think about it. And Independence Day 2.
Oh, don't even fucking.
Independence Day Forever is getting a trailer?
Dude, during Star Wars.
Independence Day
Holy
Resurgence.
shit, I didn't know that.
Dude, the Star Wars Force Awakens trailer lineup is fucking unreal.
Lay him on me.
There's the Batman v Superman.
The one we already saw?
Yeah, so we
Okay,
already saw,
fine. But
like,
I see it on the big screen,
yeah.
sure.
Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
Civil War.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles 2.
Yeah?
Independence Day Resurgence. Jungle
Oh,
Book.
it's Resurgence then? I thought it was still in it Forever. I
No,
apologize.
it's called Resurgence. I'm pretty sure.
I don't
It was
follow
called
movies
Forever a long
closely.
time.
I
And
don't
Star
know.
Trek 3. Oh, so Star Trek 3 is also on the list of things to come.
Okay.
And then I think there's others too, but like that's insane.
Colin, do you want to get up with me after the Independence trailer and leave?
It's like Meet Joe. It's the Meet Joe Black.
Exactly.
Star Wars
We do
Episode
it to
7
them.
is the Meet Joe
We
Black.
do it to
of
them for a
2015.
change.
Remember when Meet Joe Black had the Phantom Menace
Yeah.
trailer attached to it, and
So
everyone
people
would go
went
see
in
Meet
and
Joe
then
Black
they
and
just
then
got
they
up
bounced?
left.
I did not know that. That's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
But
Too
I
bad,
was
it's a good
saying
movie.
this, and I don't think I'm wrong about it.
It's a good movie.
Star Wars movies don't have trailers attached to them.
So I tried researching this after you said
No
that,
idea.
and I could find no credence to that.
Me neither, but like I know for a fact that the Star Wars movies don't have trailers attached
it's
to them.
like-
I know that. Like that's just something I know. I remember.
I can't remember that far back.
I mean, I remember I've seen every Star Wars movie in theaters, like the originals when they re-released.
Yeah,
and then
97.
The others
They didn't
as
have trailers
came
in front of
out.
them, and Episode 1 definitely didn't. I don't remember I remember clearly Episode 1 didn't. Episode 2 and 3, I don't remember as well. But I don't think
That's
any
my
of them
thing, is
did.
it's
Like
like-
it does like the weird like. I don't even think it does the dancing popcorn candy thing.
I hope
Like
it
when I
doesn't.
like when I saw them, I think it
hate
like
that.
straight went to like the like
Lucasfilm,
lights dim,
yeah.
Fox.
That can't
Lucasfilms.
be right.
I'm pretty sure that that's the
Because
case.
I saw it at Century 20, and like, there's no way that they wouldn't have shown trailers.
No,
Like,
it's not. It's not the thing is that I think they pay like Lucasfilm or Fox just pays to not like you get money for the trailer, so they're just like we don't want them.
But it's a,
Yep.
it's a
I'm going to do a
theater-based
Google.
thing.
I want to Google.
I don't think it is. It's the movies that it's not a theater based thing. It's the movies are attached to certain.
No,
to
trailers are theater based.
That doesn't make any sense.
But that's
'Cause
just how
then
they do
I
it.
don't
If you
know.
if you
I
see
don't know
a
the
movie at Metreon and then you see a movie at Century, you get different trailers.
It has to be. I mean, because if they're showing the Batman v Superman trailer before it, that's a different studio. That's Warner Brothers, right?
Yeah.
Doing DC, which is.
I mean, I
completely
looked
different.
for
Warner's
this
a
too.
Star Trek
I looked for
before
this
Star
too. I
Wars.
was just
Yeah, that's
surprised to hear
Warner,
that because
yeah,
I
that's
remember
Universal.
seeing the special editions. They didn't have trailers before them, and I remember Episode 1 seeing it clearly. I don't remember Episode 2 and 3 for different reasons.
I
Uh,
I blocked those out of my brain.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
3, I almost killed myself that day. We were brothers.
I have the high ground.
But I'm telling, I'm interested for people to.
50 miles before.
I'm interested just people give.
The
Well,
hell?
this is gonna be after we see the movie, so we'll just figure it out. But well, no, we won't because this has trailers before. But leave your comments and let us know what you think about that or if you remember that because I'm telling you I remember that.
I mean, the thing is,
And those are the only movies that I remember.
sometimes they do show movies without showing any trailers. In IMAX, they do that.
I didn't.
Like,
I don't
specifically
think
in
I've even
IMAX.
seen an
If
IMAX
it's an
movie.
IMAX only movie, there is no trailers unless they're IMAX trailers. So I don't know. There's a whole bunch of weird shit.
I'm 90. Like I'm 99% positive I'm right about this. I'm just throwing that out there that like that's not something that's not a machination of Colin's mind unless it is. And we're gonna
There is
find
a
out.
1% chance, yeah. But yeah, so speaking of Star Wars trailers, we got a teaser last year right at the end with Interstellar. And then we saw
movie
the
of the
second
century.
teaser 2.
What was the teaser? I don't even remember.
The teaser was the original one of it was sand and then
He goes
the
pops
stormtrooper
up.
Oh,
pops
right.
up
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
okay.
it was just like flash, 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 and that was
It was
it.
Finn, right? It was Finn.
Finn,
Yeah.
yes. Then in look at you. Look at you.
I played dumb.
Kylo Loren.
Kylo Loren.
Kylo Loren.
we garçon.
Then we got teaser 2, which was what we would probably refer to as the first trailer during Star Wars Celebration.
That's
Is that
Chewie,
Chewie
we're
We're
home.
Home? Yeah, okay.
That was Chewie We're Home. And then we got trailer 1, which is the Monday Night Football one, which that's my vote for trailer of the year. Hands motherfucking down.
Is that the one where he's like, "It's true, it's all true"?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was awesome.
That trailer, I just don't think you get more perfect than that.
You can't. You
It
can't.
was good.
You
It
can't.
was goddamn good.
It won.
You're missing I think you're missing 2 important trailers, including my favorite trailer of the year, and I'm not even being facetious. The first one is the Tarantino movie,
The Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight.
Oh, yep.
But the second one is Revenant, which I thought was like a fucking exceptional trailer. Like I was like, this looks fucking dope.
Leo DiCaprio.
So that would be my vote.
When's that come on? I want to see that movie.
I think it's out
out this
like
weekend, I
yeah, I think it's
The Revenant?
yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah, it's like
But then
imminent.
I think it comes out in January, but like
I thought
some
it was out
places
this weekend.
have it earlier.
Is it not?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I could be
I'm
wrong.
excited about.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I got invited to a
I'm excited about it.
potential sneak screening of that.
I'm
Kevin, can
excited
I
about
come instead of him?
No, because we have the holiday party, so none of us can go.
You want to get sick before the holiday party?
You want to do it?
We should go see that movie together. That movie's going to be something special.
Do you want me to cancel the holiday dinner, Kevin?
Be cheaper for the company.
We cancel the holiday dinner just so you can go see your fucking movie.
It's not even going to be anything special. You get a room.
I
Wait.
tried my hardest.
Kevin,
We'll
is
buy
it
some
day one
popcorn.
digital?
Enough.
Kevin, is it day one digital?
No, that one's
I fucking
definitely
hate you.
not doing digital.
Do you have
Fuck
any?
you, Kevin.
know what I went through to try to get that room,
2 phone calls.
and many emails and emails. I
Emails.
couldn't nail down the room at a date and time that was appropriate for us. So we have to sit at a fucking table, and we're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna enjoy it, and I'm gonna enjoy it, and we're gonna eat Southern food and drink bourbon. All right?
I'm excited. A little less excited at our room. But still excited.
What if I lay this one on you? They bring you cornbread, and then when they bring it, it's in little iron skillets, and it's so fucking hot that it will burn you and kill you if you touch the iron skillet. But they just put it down. They're just like, hey, be careful. And then they move into the other. They just here's a fun game to play at Hops and Hominy when you get there. Right? Is that a patron or a server? Because the outfits for the server staff there are just plaids and jeans, which is every other motherfucker in San Francisco.
It's very San
So you will
Francisco.
see 15 other tables there that are dressed the exact same way.
Mm-hmm. I went to a place called Rich Table. Exactly that same
Yeah,
experience.
Rich Table.
I walked in and someone was like, "Hi," and I'm like, "Hi," and then we stared at each other until I realized that person was the hostess.
Nice.
And she was like, "Do you have a reservation?" Oh, I get it. You're not just someone who's
Trailer
trying
of the
to sell
year,
me a
Rich
fucking
Table.
album.
Rich motherfucking. So what's your trailer?
Well, it's got to be Star Wars, 100%.
Yeah, it's good.
They
Did you
knocked-
see the
knocked-
Batman Superman
so
one?
good.
I did, and I, you know, it was a trailer.
Okay.
That's for sure.
It was a good trailer.
The Batman v Superman trailer. It
Yeah.
was over the top, like the movie's going to be probably. It was fine. It was a fine trailer, a perfectly fine trailer.
Thank you.
You should be
It
proud
was
of
good,
it.
not
I am.
You
amazing.
should be proud of that trailer, but it did not.
From one award winner to another, congratulations, Batman Superman trailer.
It did not take my heartstrings and tug on them a little
Yeah.
bit, so much as hearing the line "Chewie" or "Home."
Which was not in the trailer that you said one.
No,
But
the other one, which was the trailer, that one I just liked because of all the way the music.
it was a
built.
perfectly crafted
The way the music
trailer.
built up to it was actually just a really good trailer. That was my only concern with the last one was the first trailer we got for Batman v Superman was a good trailer. It was cool. This one was like kind of thrown together, hodgepodgey, maybe rushed a little bit so they could get it into the trailer mashup before Star Wars potentially. We don't know
Okay.
because that movie's not coming out forever, right? When does it come out?
March.
That's a long
It's
time.
March?
Am I wrong?
I thought it was May.
Oh, is it May? Did I
Yeah,
fuck
I
that
thought it
up?
was
I
May, too.
apologize. I'm
That's
confused
a
with
long
Uncharted. Then.
time. They've been pimping that shit for a long time for a movie that they shouldn't have to pimp that hard. But
Are you sure?
No,
Kevin, can you look it up,
That
please?
sounds
I'm pretty
early to
sure.
me.
It's. I thought it was right around my mom's birthday.
March 25th.
Boom.
oh, okay.
And
Well,
spoiler
I guess
alert,
that's about-
everybody,
then
my
that's
mom's
about right.
birthday is March 27th. So what I'm going to send her, a nice little folded up bag that I eat popcorn out of. At the Superman movie.
Do you eat popcorn?
I will at that movie. Yeah, I like
Good
popcorn.
Let's share a
Greg.
big popcorn together.
You're not allowed to come.
Why is that?
Why can't
I won't lie to you. You know how
I ruined
I-
things for you. Is that why?
well, yes,
'Cause I don't
that's
like
true.
that stupid trailer.
But you understand that I respect Star Wars, even though I don't have the attachment to it. So when the trailer came out, for me, it was like, oh, that was a good trailer. Never watched it again. You were like sitting there crying, watching it twice. And that's not a
Literally,
joke.
he's not
That's not a
joking. I
joke. That
fucking
wasn't
teared
a
up
jab.
like
And the same thing
an
when I
old
saw
man.
people on Facebook with their like, my brother bought $2,000 worth of tickets, so no one will sit around him. I am considering that for Batman v Superman. Just like, how many can I buy at the draft house or whatever? You can come with me. You're allowed to come with me.
no, Kevin's the worst in.
But I would.
What about me?
No, I'm joking. Everyone at this table is allowed to come with me. Nick might have to sit in the very front row.
Why?
That'll be-
What do I do at movies? Since
You've
you're right.
talked shit on Batman v Super. You understand? I've been unfollowing people on Twitter who are being mean about this movie.
I'm not being mean about it. I'm not even being especially critical about it. I thought it was a
no,
perfectly
you're
fine trailer.
all your criticisms are perfectly valid, and I accept them as that. But I don't want to hear them.
So what
So
you really
hit the bricks.
what you're really saying?
Scrappy-doo!
What you really what you-
Everybody, Jesus is here in the van. Let's go.
Everybody, Jesus is here, get in his van.
Showing at the Fertile Crescent.
Wow, that was a nice callback to an episode that ran a while back. I have
Last
no
week.
idea when it was.
Two weeks
a lot
ago.
of weeks ago.
Yeah. So basically, what you're saying is you don't want me to sit there because at the end of it, when the credits roll, you don't want to look into my eyes and understand exactly.
You're gonna
what
do
I'm
that thing
say.
where I do the slow turn and you're like, who was right? And I'll be like, Nick, we finished that popcorn for the second trailer. You're like, I saved a bit for this moment.
Nick fucking inhales popcorn. It's a specialty, man.
Oh, I love
I've never
popcorn,
seen
man.
anyone go down
Popcorn
on
is
anything.
awesome.
It's-
Movie theater
popcorn is
popcorn is
so good.
fucking.
But like Nick, it's like a vacuum cleaner. It's just gone.
yeah, Kirby.
I have to get the small bags because I will eat the entire large popcorn.
Nick and I have been on a date to the movies before, so we know what it's about.
It's a very special.
Nick
thing.
and I were supposed to go on a date to a movie, but it's never.
Yeah, then it all fell apart because everybody sucks. Tim, what's the next topic?
The next topic is the big one, movie of the year. Now I got a list of all the movies that I thought were at all relevant.
Sure.
On this thing.
'Kay.
You guys, there might be some shit.
Do you want me just to
can-
answer?
What's your go?
Interstellar.
Last year.
Not
So
this year.
Nope, but I saw
fucking
it
hate
when
you
it was
so
finally
much.
available on demand. I watched it on the back of a Virgin America seat, and that's my movie of the year. Welcome to the future.
All right, you know what?
Fuck your dumb, shitty
I'll
movies.
Just give it to him.
Put them on demand right away.
Interstellar. Next topic. All right, so I have them in order of release.
Jesus.
So in January we got Ex Machina. Did you see
Oh.
this?
That's
Who saw
definitely
this?
a candidate.
Yeah, that's
this,
a really
this
good
is
one.
the Colin wishes he was right about this one, right?
No, this is the if you see something, say something to
Yeah.
Colin Moriarty.
See
That's what this
something, say
is.
something.
You see
Like,
a movie, he
Nick's
needs
like,
to
hey,
see.
Nick at one point was like, you should see Ex Machina, but he didn't tell me to see Ex Machina. He's like, you should. It's the same thing with Interstellar. You all left me hanging on Interstellar for like a year.
No, there
You
are.
guys are like, yo, you should see Interstellar. No one's like, you should see Interstellar, Colin.
There are.
You know, it's
I think
different.
I've said it like 3 or 4 times on podcasts. We can ask people that are watching right now to go through. I'm sure someone knows. They could timestamp it. The amount of times that I was like, Colin,
You'd love it. That's all you
you
said,
would
though.
love Interstellar.
But you didn't say it like that.
That is the movie for you. This is a movie for you.
You did the peck dance. And you're like, anyways, though, you might like Interstellar, Colin.
I think I even said the same thing about Ex
And then you
Machina.
did this wink thing to me
On the
that
wrong
the camera
side.
couldn't see. Why do you do it? Cheat out. Play it in the crowd.
Because it's creepier if you just see it.
Ex Machina is definitely one of my 2 top movies of the year.
That was a great movie that I saw
I only
on
saw like
demand
5 movies this year.
on my iPad on a Virgin America flight.
Next up, the biggest movie of the year, 50 Shades of Grey, which we saw together.
That's still just this year?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
God
well, think about it.
damn.
Anything kind of funny, like,
That's
Was
true.
this year?
Was this year?
Ah, man.
yeah, it's nuts.
Was that January-ish?
That was February 12th.
Fucking Jesus. It's when you fell in love.
It is when I
Van.
fell in love.
Yeah.
But what's
Sam's
awesome
van.
about that, like we did the review of that movie.
Yeah.
And that was one of
It's
our
true.
first. That was our first kind of funny movie review
That's right.
because we weren't allowed to do movies before then.
That's right.
It's crazy.
That was an interesting movie.
Yeah, it was an interesting movie. It's weird that the sequels aren't coming out for like 10 years.
I was walking down my street the other day, and you know, like sometimes you can have that weird, almost first floor apartment because San Francisco's on hills. It's kind of like a half a floor.
You saw
up.
some people banging.
No, I saw a girl drinking wine, eating probably ice cream or something, bundled up, watching the part in 50 Shades of Grey where like the ropes being tied, and I was walking with my wife, and she just stopped. She's like, "Is that woman watching 50?" I mean, anyone could walk by and just see this basically porno that's happening on the
No,
screen.
no, that's
And I was
not
like,
true.
I was like, she
It's
is
a fucking
definitely watching
movie.
this. It was interesting. I'm like, how embarrassing would that be if someone like, if I didn't know someone was watching me watch 50 Shades of Grey in the privacy of my own home by myself?
I don't think it's that bad.
No, that's just it. The problem with 50 Shades of Grey was it wasn't sexy,
Yeah,
right? There's a way to do that sexily, and that
And
was
it
not
wasn't
it.
that, yeah.
That was not it. Like you want to see
don't-
a sexy intensity. Watch the beginning of like Basic Instinct.
Here's the
right?
thing,
where you're
though.
like, there's a danger to this and an intensity to it, and then of course she stabs the shit out of the guy as he's like coming, which is really weird. It's a great scene.
You're playing it all wrong. I'm sorry that this movie wasn't sexy enough for you, but that's true to the character. Christian Grey doesn't make love. He fucks
hard.
hard.
Hard, yeah.
Just like me.
You did.
Yeah.
They used to call you, and maybe they still do, the pile driver. They call me the pile driver.
Next up, we had Cinderella, which we did not need another goddamn Cinderella reboot.
Wait, how
Especially
many,
if it
how many
doesn't even
movies are
start.
on this list?
There's a
Is it
lot.
every movie? Why don't you just go by
Yeah.
the ones that were actually
because
good?
they
Go
were
to a shot. It's
Yeah.
Because we're giving like our one sentence reviews of some of
Okay.
these.
Didn't
Cinderella
see it.
didn't see it.
3 of us didn't see any of these movies.
For each one.
90% of them.
Go next.
I saw 2 movies this year.
There was Hot Tub Time Machine 2,
Didn't
Loved it.
see it.
which I didn't
Loved
see.
it. Not as good as the first one. Arguably the first one
The first one's amazing.
is fucking amazing.
Wait, wasn't the story with the first Hot Time Machine that Clements was dying to show me that movie? And then we finally watched it and he like fell asleep like 10 minutes into the movie and
Yeah,
we watched
yeah.
it, loved it. He was so upset.
My
He
buddy,
was so upset.
He was so upset we didn't wake him up or stop it.
my buddy, two of my friends that worked at IGN back in the day got to see a screening of that, and they came back and they were like, it was terrible.
Number 1 or 2?
Terrible. Hot Time Machine 1.
Okay.
Before it had come out, they saw one of those like screen gem screenings.
Sure.
And I was
Stacks and Kava.
like, no, it was Kava and Ty.
Damn. it was
And they were
close.
like, nah, it's not very good. Don't see it. And then I
Ty
watched
has
it,
a
and I'm
high
like,
brow.
It blew me away. It was
Blew
so
me away.
everything in it is so damn
Well,
funny.
I put it up there with 40-Year-Old Virgin, which is like one of those movies I saw where I'm like, that movie looks fucking awful.
Yeah.
And then I rented it on Netflix in college, and I'm like, 4-Year-Old Virgin is arguably the funniest movie I've ever
It's
seen.
one of the
in my
funniest
entire
movies I've
life.
read. Yeah.
And that was a similar movie where I'm like, I don't want to see Hot Time Machine. It sounds so dumb. And then I saw it, I'm like, this is awesome.
yeah, it's
Reminds
funny.
me of Grandma's Boy, the same thing.
really
Grandma's Boy
does.
is fucking ingenious.
If you see something, say something to Colin.
Don't go Colin. You should see Grandma's Boy. Colin, you gotta see Grandma's Boy. And you just keep saying it over and over again until I see Grandma's Boy.
Okay.
Then you if we keep saying it over and over, then you definitely won't for a couple months.
That
I
is
always
the
do that.
slippery slope with them. That is the slippery slope
but
with
to
them.
be fair, I don't do that to the people in my life, typically.
Mm-hmm.
I do that to the people not in my life
Mm-hmm.
that think they can dictate the terms.
Mm,
You understand what I'm saying? So you tell me I get 1,000 tweets telling me to play Metal Gear Solid 5 and I'm wrong about it. Why don't I play Metal Gear Solid 5?
I also told you gotta play it.
But not all things are equal, right? The Barris Center between the people telling me that I should play it and then Greg telling me I should play it is pulling me in two different directions. I'm tidally locked.
Mm.
And that was before I had the award for Trending Gamer of the Year, so
You're
probably
you're
didn't have
a
as much pull then.
Game Award winning
Gamer.
gamer.
Did anyone see
Personality.
Chappie?
No.
No.
Okay. Did anyone have interest in seeing Chappie?
No.
After
was not
Kevin says it wasn't good. Move on.
The trailer looked cool. I was into it.
After
but
Elysium, I
don't
was like, I'll wait for that one to
Yeah.
come on video, and then I didn't watch it when it came on video.
Trainwreck.
I did see that.
Almost watched it. the
My
other
life.
day.
You almost watched it the other day.
On the plane, I was like, oh, I should watch this, but it was like $8. I'm like, I'll wait for it to come on Netflix.
Yeah, you gotta watch it on that little ass
Not doing that.
720p fucking crack in the corner.
Yeah. Bad sound because I use.
That's why I
shitty
can't believe you
headphones.
watch Interstellar on that TV. I'm
Bad
like,
sound
I want
because
to strangle
use
you.
shitty
Nailed it.
headphones.
They
Nick
nailed it.
Scarpino.
It was the way Christopher Nolan intended it
You
to be
couldn't
watched.
enjoy Miller's Planet on that.
I saw it just fine. Thank you very much. I saw Trainwreck.
What'd
It
you
was
think?
good. This is one of my problems with the digital on demand though. Is that the only one available is like the extended cut?
I
It's like one of
hate
those.
that.
All right, come on. I can see why they should have shortened this up a bit.
I fucking hate that. I don't know why they do that. I don't know why they feel the need to screw with
They
it.
try to get you again. They're trying to get double dippers.
Oh, that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
But no,
Furious
really
7.
funny. And John Cena was awesome in it.
John Cena was
and John
awesome.
Cena got a big old dick. If that was
see
his
it?
real dick, I don't know.
I can only
Probably not his real dick. I hope he has a real dick. He's got really big traps.
hope he has a real dick.
Well, I know he has a real dick. That's not the.
I too hope he has a real dick.
I'll third that.
But no, Christine was talking about all his
The motion
thighs. He had really
carries.
good
Motion
thighs.
carries.
Good thighs.
John
Yeah.
Cena,
Good
we
ass,
hope you have a
too.
real dick.
God be with you, John Cena.
God,
Furious
Jesus.
7 was next up. And
Great movie.
yeah,
it.
I don't
Pride
think you
in
could
it.
have topped that in terms
Not
of.
not in all seriousness ever going to be my movie of the year per
No,
se.
yeah, no, exactly.
But
I mean,
was
it
a fun romp.
And honestly, I don't. The fact that Star Wars is coming out means that this is not going to be a true statement. But like the experience of that movie in the theater, unrivaled.
Well,
The
fuck that.
energy of everyone in that fucking
Yeah, but
room.
we had a different experience because we went and saw a sneak preview where freaking Tyrese came out and was
But
like,
even besides
"What's
that-
up, everybody? I'm Tyrese. I'm in the movie you're going to see." And I was like, "They're real people."
Yeah, we were part of the family at that moment.
We were part of the family. That
Oh, it
moment.
was amazing.
It was
Been a
fun.
long day.
Here's you, my friend.
Cut Greg's mic. Thank you.
Avengers: Age of Ultron. It was very cool.
Avengers.
More shit. More
Right.
Marvel stuff.
Right.
And the problem for me with Age of Ultron is that at that point we knew Civil War was coming. So Civil War is the real Avengers movie.
Sure.
So
Not this dumb robot.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
fine. It was a fine movie. But whatever.
Appomattox.
We saw it together.
We
And
did,
We were
early.
both like, oh,
Yeah,
Gettysburg.
that was
Address.
fun.
yeah, it
That
was
was
fun.
what I
Is that something
expected.
that's a-
It'll never
Yes,
be Avengers
okay.
1, which was like caught you off guard and was amazing.
Exactly. Then there was Pitch Perfect 2. Did anyone besides me see
I
this?
saw
I
it.
saw it.
Uh-huh. What'd you guys think?
Fine.
I thought that the German girl and the dude from YouTube were hilarious in it.
Flula?
Flula's fucking hilarious.
fucking
He's
funny
actually
as
those
shit.
two. My wife's watching a show that she's in right now. I think it's like a Danish show that she's in, which is weird, but so it's like totally foreign. I won't watch it because there's reading involved. She's a great actress. She's stunning to look at, and she's fucking hilarious in that movie. The rest of it was like I don't understand what the hell's going on. They go to a camp for some reason.
No, man, it was fucking weird. I think that if
Bonding.
you take Pitch
And then-
Perfect 1 and 2 and take bits and pieces, you can make one movie that is like a 10 out of 10 comedy.
Well, I think Pitch Perfect 1 was a 10
I
out
like
of
It's
10.
great.
I
I,
like it.
would say 10 out of 10. It was really good.
Yeah.
But 2 had some really funny parts. But then
Everything
a
with
lot
Fluid
of it
was hilarious.
sucked.
I really liked Pitch Perfect 2 when I think the best part of it was Fat Amy and then the guy from Workaholics.
From Workaholics.
And
Yeah.
when she's like coming on the boat
Yeah.
over to say, and he's like, don't do it. And then that was great.
Yeah. Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah, that's
Loved it.
probably the winner.
Thanks to it being on the back of a Virgin America seat, I did see Mad Max Fury Road, and I did like it.
I've yet to see this movie. I really want to, and I'm sure that I'm going to love it.
Oh, you should
It's
before
fantastic.
you render an
Yeah.
opinion on this subject. You should watch it.
I went to
because-
buy. So I was trying to watch before we did this topic, and I was trying to find where it's available, and it was like fucking really expensive on
Yeah,
Amazon.
It's
I'm like,
still,
I'm
it's
not
still
gonna
to
do
buy.
this.
Probably they probably don't have it for rent, but
It's worth buying.
Come on, George Miller.
it's one of those like Interstellar that you've all done yourself a disservice for not seeing it on the big screen because it is supposed to be like in your fucking face, as big, like bigger than life. The first scene is like it's supposed to visually punch you in the dick,
Yeah.
and that's what it does.
Well,
when
I
it's
got
on
my
a giant
sexy ass
70-foot
ultra
screen.
wide monitor. I can watch it on that.
Well, keep in mind,
It'll
too,
look
though, if you watch it
beautiful.
on a Virgin America flight, you can get food delivered to your seat at any time. with a
Including
touch
those
of a
nuts
button.
with the pepper on them.
Yep,
Oh,
yep.
man.
Using their in-flight entertainment system, Red.
Red. Shout out to Virgin
Approved
America
by the
Red.
trending gamer.
And if you're lucky, someone will have brought a baby right next to you, so it can fucking scream in your ear every 5
yeah,
seconds.
you're right. No fucking awful people who have procreated ever bring their kids to the fucking movie theater. You're
Not to
right.
Mad Max. What kind of sick son of a
Bullshit.
bitch brings their kid to
Bullshit.
Mad Max?
Bullshit. Yeah, I'm in all sorts of R-rated
like
I'm
shit.
noticing. I told you, I'm noticing this trend at sports games, football games when I watch of people bringing their infants and putting headphones,
Oh,
like
yeah,
these, like the noise canceling headphones on them. I'm like, go home.
Yeah.
I saw someone at a Billy Joel concert when I saw him a couple months ago, and I'm like, go home. There's a guy literally in front of this woman smoking a joint.
Mm-hmm.
This baby's just sitting there facing the mom, just like with fucking headphones on. Billy Joel is up there playing Down Easter Alexa. I'm like, what is going on in this fucking place? I digress.
Colin, I'd love to leave her at home, but it's just all the parenting books these days say that they need to be together for the first 5 months to form the bond. I
gotta
can't,
swaddle
I can't for the life of me get a
gotta
fucking
swaddle.
sitter
I'm
for
telling you-
4 hours so mom God. I need to have this fucking mistake strapped to my chest. It's not, we're running out of fucking oxygen in this planet.
the
Let's
guy-
keep putting him in here and taking him to
Dude,
concerts.
the guy near her that was smoked so many J's during the Billy Joel concert. I'm like, this isn't a 311 concert, my friend. The average age of the person here is literally 55 years old.
I didn't realize. Is Billy Joel a stoner culture?
No,
In
that was
all?
what I was saying. I'm like, I see that at 311 shows. You watch a 311 show on YouTube, it's just plumes of smoke. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
what it.
Yeah.
But and that's fine. It's or Grateful Dead or something like that, or whatever. Dave Matthews. But
Miley Cyrus.
it's
Yeah.
like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh.
Billy Joel's up
concert,
there.
though.
Billy Joel's up there
I saw.
Billy Joel's up there.
playing fucking Anthony's song.
see.
I don't think you need to smoke a joint to fully appreciate what he's trying to do. You know?
Maybe you got to get in that headspace, man. What do you want from me?
Did you see Tomorrowland, Nick?
No, no one saw it tomorrow.
Okay, I didn't either.
I don't think anyone saw it.
Yeah, no.
A movie tanks.
Inside Out.
Good
the
movie.
more I think about Inside Out, the more I like that movie. I liked it when I first saw it, but then now
it's
it's
no
becoming
Incredibles.
great in my head.
Yeah, but it's no Incredibles.
Yeah,
it's
but
not.
that's-
It's not their best work by far.
Yeah, but
It's
it's
good.
good. It's
They-
by far not their worst work. I wouldn't say it's by far not their best. I think it's up there.
It's.
I
up
think it's
there.
like top five.
Definitely great. Don't get me wrong, but they understand the formula and they're perfect at it. And this one was just missing something. But it was also to their in their defense, not the typical sort of story that they
Yeah, I
tell,
thought it was
right? This
very
is a lot more
creative
insular, so it's
and
not,
funny
it's
as
not
shit.
going to hit on the same level as an Incredibles, right?
Whenever they went in other people's heads,
Oh, that
it
was
like
awesome.
the funniest thing.
That was awesome.
Did you see it?
No.
I think you'd like it.
No,
you
I'm not gonna do
would
that.
hate
Not
it.
gonna watch it.
You'd absolutely.
You know what you should do
hate it.
the next
Inside
time it
Out,
comes
I heard-
out?
I heard I would really like
It was
it.
a full theater of children.
Oh,
Your
wow, that's
favorite
a lot of
things.
fun.
I heard it
What
was
did you
really
call
heady.
them? Mistakes.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
very
all the
heady.
mistakes, all their sticky little fucking fingers trying to get in your
parasites.
pockets and buttholes, and you're like, go away.
Why are they trying to get your butthole?
I don't know. Kids are stupid.
Jesus, keep out of there. That's
This
a
is my
no-fly zone.
nightmare.
Then there was Poltergeist, the remake, which I saw, and I'm just putting this out there. Worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life. It is
Wow.
the new low. Jeepers Creepers 2 was holding that spot down for a while.
Oh,
Jeepers Creepers 1
And
was
then-
bad.
Yeah, I
then
saw
the
that
hap-
in the theater.
Then the happening came, and I was like, oh shit, I'm going to reevaluate some shit. But
Trees.
Nature's
Poltergeist,
turned against us.
Poltergeist remake, bad news. Did you see San Andreas?
I wanted to.
Me too.
I heard it was great disaster porn. I heard it was really, really great.
It has the Rock.
If you
I
go
haven't
into it
seen
with,
it, but I
like-
can imagine that movie would be on my list at some point. Jurassic World.
I saw that one.
Good. Liked it.
Enjoyed it.
Enjoyed it.
a
Yeah,
lot.
enjoyable.
Terminator Genesis.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we saw Terminator
did.
Genesis, motherfuckers.
Liked it.
Yeah. What was the story of that, Greg?
It was Vegas. So
Yeah,
it was,
it was
what was it?
GameStop.
Oh,
We went to
GameStop
GameStop
Expo. GameStop Expo. We went and ordered a bunch of pizzas and went back and
You
destroyed
left.
those
You
That's
pizzas.
why I had to
You
bail. I
guys
had to
said-
go to the doctor. Yeah.
And Greg goes, I think one of us said, hey, wouldn't it be fun? Just like kind of joking around. Like, remember when we used to like go into each other's hotel rooms and like get pizza and watch movies instead of like going out and partying, gambling, and seeing hookers? And I was like, yeah, that would be fun.
Barely.
Greg's like, why don't we do that again? And so we had a like 13-year-old night in a beautiful hotel suite.
We had
where
garlic
got
knots
way
too.
too much
Oh,
pizza.
it was garlic knots. Yeah, we did buy way too much pizza.
Ate
Like,
it all.
We bought the pizza and I forgot we fucked up the way we bought it. Like we should have bought a pizza, but instead we bought slices.
Yeah.
And the total ended up being like $87. And it was just like, whatever. Like it's way too late to deal with this shit. And then we watched Terminator Genesis and it was
It's
an
fun. It was
experience.
fun.
It's definitely not up there.
They
but
get the Terminator movies they peaked with T2
Of course.
and then went very, very quickly downhill with 3, 4. And I guess this is 5 now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then there was Magic Mike XXL, which good lord, that movie.
You see
Did
it?
you see it?
Yeah.
See some dicks?
Oh my, it's so good.
Do you see
it's
some dicks?
so good. You don't see the dicks,
That's
but like,
stupid.
My
It's
problem
amazing.
with that series is that I don't think even the producers take it seriously as a movie. Because I think if I remember correctly, the Magic Mike, the way the first one came about was
the
they had
Magic Mike.
where they had like somehow Steven Soderbergh or something. I could be remembering this incorrectly, but Steven Soderbergh had like a project fall through, but the funding was still there, so they just happened to make this movie. Kind
Yeah.
of that
I mean,
had
well,
no
the-
script whatsoever.
No, the second one is very much that.
Oh,
but it's
God, it
it's
was
fun. It's
hard to
awesome. They
watch.
commit to it. And
Well,
they
the dance
Channing
stuff's
Tatum's
great.
great.
The
Yeah.
dance stuff's great, and Channing Tatum's great. But
That's all the movie
cobbling
is.
together the rest of the storyline behind that, you're like, what the fuck is happening?
I mean, in 2, they kind of like they don't even try. Like they try to not try. It's just like, all right, how do we get to the next dance scene? Let's just do it, and then they just do.
I wish I was Channing
Ant-Man,
Good.
Oh, Ant-Man was this year.
way better than anyone thought it would be.
Had no
Not
idea.
great though.
No,
So it was
Fun.
all right, cool. More
Fun
shit.
movie.
Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation.
liked it.
Did
a
not
lot.
see it.
Liked it way more than I thought I would. Similar to the 4th Mission Impossible, which I liked way more than I thought I would, and the 3rd one, which was really, really good.
There are so many more movies
No,
on
there's
this
not.
list.
There's not too much. We're going through. A lot of these are literal just sentences. I want to make sure we're covering the year.
Sure.
Calm down, jeez.
Fantastic Four.
No,
Did
fuck
anyone
off.
see it?
No one saw it.
No. See, that was a vote with your wallet moment.
Yeah.
If we ever saw one.
Yeah, and I think the sequel was canceled, right?
It was, yeah. Or it's on
Everyone fucking
hiatus
put
or
it out
whatever.
there.
That won't be
Which
the
is
first-
funny
that won't be the last
because-
one.
Because, well, here's the thing. We've talked so much about these superhero movies, and there was one thing when we looked at the calendar going forward.
And that was the one where I'm
and
like, I
that
don't
was the
even
one
think
where
it's
we
gonna
were
happen.
like, this is going to be fucking bad, and hopefully the 2 doesn't even happen.
Yep.
So it's like, yeah.
We called it.
Straight Outta Compton.
I want to see that.
Oh, shit, I
Holy
forgot about
shit,
that.
That
That
was
might
a good
be-
movie.
That was up there. It's still not my favorite. I still don't think it beats up Fury Road, but
Let's
it
see
was
if it's on
good.
demand yet.
Dude, that movie was fucking
You
awesome.
guys, you would love it.
I'm sure I would.
You would love it just because of the music and because of the time that it's so nostalgic and the way they shot it. I think it was Maddie Libatique who shot it. What like perfectly nailed not Los Angeles, not the period, but the way we remember that time period. Like the Rodney King beating, like them getting arrested in Detroit for singing "Fuck the Police" and all that stuff. It's so cool. The third act. It gets a little rough on the
It
third
gets
act.
rough,
It's
but
a little
in
too
a
long.
fun way, though. Like,
But in a
it was
fun
too
way.
long, and like they really kind of wrapped everything up. It's like, and now Tupac's here, and it's
They're
like,
like, oh, what's
the
up, Tupac?
fucking
Oh,
Snoop
now
Dogg?
it's
Holy
Snoop.
shit, the whole
Right.
crew's here.
But other
January
than that,
19th.
It's really fucking cool. It's really, really well done.
That's
Got to
a
sell those
Blu-ray.
Blu-rays first.
Yeah, it's on
Oh,
Blu-ray
oh, I
then.
see, I see.
So I don't. You don't know.
Black Mass.
Ooh,
Hey, we saw one
we
together.
did. Greg and I went on a mandate to that, and you were okay with
That
it.
was one of those. That was one of those moments. Like, all right, Nick is like a professional at movies and stuff. Where I left and I was like, that was fun. And you're like, bah. The shots were like this, and you didn't know where they were, and you didn't know who was the. And I'm like, all right.
That was a movie I could tell had some issues probably when they were filming, and then they threw it together in the edit, and it just didn't work well for me. Just didn't do well for me.
It wasn't great, but I enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
But maybe it was my date.
We had a good day. We got tacos before.
We did get tacos.
10 out of 10 date. The Visit, my biggest surprise.
I want to see that still.
Oh, man. It was so awesome. It's M. Night Shyamalan. He's back. He is back.
Good for him.
We'll see. I don't know.
My
Hopefully
dude.
how his second movie,
What
or
a
movie
twist.
after this goes. But that was a fun movie, and I watched it again. I enjoyed it that time, too.
I'll watch it one day.
The Martian.
Good.
Great book.
Come to Day One Digital.
You'll like it. It's good.
Maze Runner. Was it you that watched The Maze Runner?
No, I wanted to watch
watched
it.
The Maze Runner, the first one.
Okay.
I watched the Maze
And I
Runner.
liked it a lot until the last 10 minutes. And then I was like, what the fuck? It was actually.
Was the Scorch Trials the first one? Or?
That's the second one. I
Okay.
think it's just The Maze Runner was the first one.
Scorch
And it was
Trials came out
really,
this year.
it was cool. It starts off, it's obviously a young adult movie, but it starts off as a really fucking cool sci-fi film, right? This kid just like, he just comes up in an elevator. That's it. He's in a fucking caged elevator, comes up, wakes up, looks around him, and he's just in the maze. And there's these other kids that have been living there for years and just trying to survive.
And David Bowie comes.
Bowie goes into that thing with the ball, you know, and this big cock
Mommy,
piece.
baby.
Just that big fucking swinging cock piece that he had down there. It was weird. Bowie's a baller. It was cool, but then it becomes very, very young adult.
Yeah.
Like,
Then there was a whole bunch of shit that I know we didn't see, but there was Goosebumps, Jen and the Holograms,
Jen the Hologram's apparently the biggest bomb like
of
ever.
all time. Goosebumps
shit.
the people that watched it seem to have liked it more than I think anyone thought they would.
I
R.L.
wanna see
Stein's
that.
books were coming to life.
Yeah, that was the thing.
20 years too late.
The Last Witch Hunter. I'm
No,
upset we didn't see this. But one day.
when that movie came out, we didn't realize that. I think our heads were in the sand. We were too busy. And then we realized it was out, and you and I looked at each other and we had that moment of,
Which one's this?
Yeah.
why didn't we see
The
it
Vin
midnight
Diesel.
showing?
Oh, okay.
So instead of watching it though, because there was a time where we were about to, we saw Jobs instead.
Yes, we did.
And I thought that was a good call probably.
That was
Because
probably
Jobs was a good movie.
It was a better call in the long run, yes. I think Witch Hunter probably that night would have been more fun since it was
Definitely.
Halloween night.
Yes.
Jobs was good. I would be interested to hear your perspective on it because you read that Walter Isaacson's book,
Excellent book.
which I think they take a little bit from.
Highly
if I'm not
recommended.
mistaken. It was good. It's cool. It's a very unique way of telling the story, which is what I appreciated most about it. I didn't vibe with it 100%, just because I don't like biopics that that are this close to the person, because I don't think there's a lot of perspective you can shed this close. The same reason why I didn't like Social Network, where I'm like, the guy's still alive. He's not even out of his fucking 20s yet, and we're making a movie about him. Like, what possible perspective? We're all using this product. Like, we all know this story. There's nothing really new or surprising you're going to bring to it. And lo and behold, I watched it, and I was like, I was right.
yeah.
There wasn't anything specifically that I was like, yeah, I
There was
didn't know
cool
that.
visual
Like,
things.
Wait,
that
Steve.
They did.
Jobs was beautifully directed, beautifully produced, beautifully acted. Great way of structure-wise, great way of telling the story. I just don't like their need to sort of wrap things up at the end with
definitely.
it. And it was very much a almost a Hollywood style ending where you're like, this character is redeemed to some degree, and I just don't think Steve Jobs ever had redemption. I think he died, and I think the public opinion of him was that he was a genius, and he changed the world, but privately he was a shithead. Like, I don't think anyone would rebuff that at all. And this movie kind of paints him in a little bit different of a light.
Yeah.
That's the
In a
only
way
thing I had a
that is
problem with.
like, get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
it's a. I just feel like they weren't in it. I think they strayed too far away from the actual source. I don't think they were being true to who Steve Jobs was, and I think that was a bit of a cop out.
This is the Fassbender one, right?
Yeah, he's fucking awesome. He's awesome, and Seth Rogen, to his extreme credit, not only holds his own in scenes with him and fucking not Kate. Is it Kate Winslet? Yeah, Kate Winslet. You're talking like great out, and Jeff Daniels, and then Seth Rogen, and you're like, this is the dude that fucking got
Smokes
popular
weed.
for smoking weed and doing Pineapple Express, and he plays Wozniak, and he is fucking awesome.
Yeah, he was
He's
great.
fucking awesome in the movie.
Spectre.
Next one.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
The Peanuts movie, I doubt you saw.
That came out?
Yeah.
I
that was out,
didn't see
that
it.
was out.
No, I'll see it on Netflix.
Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 2.
I actually wanted to see this because we saw Hunger Games
Wait a
Mockingjay
minute.
Part 1.
We slept through part one.
I saw the whole thing.
Yeah.
I was awake that whole movie.
Where are you?
Couldn't sleep.
Couldn't sleep. That series actually got better as it kept going because it got more money and the story actually got fairly interesting. Not ever going to be my favorite series ever, but
Yeah.
I will see part 2 at some point.
The books, I mean, especially, I think the first book's a great book. The second book is the first book. It was very disappointing. The first movie, though, when you go back and look at it, it's so low budget. Like, it's so surprising that they like didn't really understand what they had.
Well,
with it.
you remember that I forget who produced those. I think it was the same people that did Twilight. I could be wrong, but they all were like taking a huge chance on that because that was like Twilight specifically. You go back and watch that first one. It is like a made for TV
It's like a fan film.
It is.
It's
bad.
really, even the last Twilight is like surprisingly low budget.
Yeah, they are. But yeah, the Hunger
sure.
Games hit big, and then that put Jennifer Lawrence on the map. She became a huge star, and they got a lot more fucking money for those.
We're coming up the end of the year. So Good Dinosaur. Haven't seen it yet. Really want to. I've heard really mixed things
Won't see it.
about
Too
it
many
being
movies to
not
see.
too good. I just saw Krampus. That was
Is that a comedy horror? It's
So
got the
that's the
guy
thing.
from Parks and
It's-
Reckoning, right?
Yeah.
What else is-
It's not a comedy, and I would say it's more horror than it's like Gremlins. It's like it's very
You had me at Gremlins.
How is
yeah.
the fried
So
chicken
it's-
portrayed?
It's very reminiscent of like 80s practical horror effects. Like it's a lot of dolls that come to life and they fucking kill things. There's blood and there's a lot of like lighting effects and stuff. And so it's fun to watch just as like, oh man, I haven't seen something like this for a long time.
yeah.
And the story, it's weird and it's very campy. It nailed what it was trying to do. I just don't necessarily think it needed to do it.
Gotcha.
You know, it wasn't a bad movie at all. Like, it was cool, but I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. And then you said you haven't seen Creed.
I've not seen Creed yet. I know I'm gonna love that movie.
People like Creed. So then the last couple are what we still have left in the year. 4 undeniable classics, most likely. We got Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
love it. Gonna love it.
We got The Hateful Eight,
Gonna love it.
Oh yeah.
The Revenant,
Probably
Also
gonna like
looking
that a
great.
lot.
and Point Break, the remake.
Point Break comes out this year.
Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate for Point Break because it's gonna get slaughtered. Probably. Well, no,
it's gonna
yeah,
get slaughtered.
it's gonna get slaughtered.
Yeah.
It's up against a Tarantino film and a fucking Star Wars film. No one's picking Point Break to see during
And
Christmas
another
Day.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
They should have.
movie.
That's weird that they put that out during Christmas. They should have pushed that out a month.
Yeah, maybe it is. I just looked at the movie.
No,
release
yeah, it
list.
sounds probably right.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see. So with all of that, I mean, I don't know. I think Mad Max is.
I mean, I don't have enough context to really know because I've only seen a few movies this year in the theater, but Mad Max was extraordinarily good.
Mm-hmm.
Interstellar.
My vote right now prematurely is going to be for Star Wars.
Yeah.
But if Star Wars somehow manages to fail my expectations, then it'll go to Fury Road.
Can you imagine if Star Wars is bad?
No.
I
I
can.
can't.
I can absolutely imagine.
I can't.
My fear is not that it's going to be bad. My fear is that it's going to be Man of Steel, where I'm like,
Oh.
right, which means that there's no more magic left in the world. If
Yeah.
Star Wars can't come through for me and give me that sense of like fantastical childhood whimsy, then nothing can.
My
Nothing's
thing
left.
is, looking at all of the trailers and all of the TV spots, there hasn't been one clip that I'm like, about. Not
Yeah.
one. So that's why I'm like, this movie can't be bad because I've probably seen maybe 15 minutes of this movie.
Yeah. You never know.
I don't know. I don't. I think I'm optimistic about it. I think it's going to be a great movie, but frankly, you know, maybe you might remember. I mean, maybe you're a little young, 98, 99 or whatever, when you were a kid, a young kid or whatever. Phantom Menace had crazy hype just like this.
Great trailers.
And so,
Wipe them out. All of them.
like so, I just don't
that?
believe until I walk out of that theater and then I think about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't even trust your first instincts anymore.
Mm.
It's gonna be a
We'll
hard,
see.
hard day for everybody.
My money prematurely is also on Star Wars.
I'm really stoked for Hateful Eight and Revenant.
Yeah, Hateful Eight and Revenant are gonna be. I do want to see all three of those movies.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I
those
might be
are
going
all
to the
going
movies
to be
a
great.
few
But
times this
Straight
year.
out of Compton, I want to give a shout out to because that one was fucking
Crazy
awesome, and Furious
Ice
7
Cube.
was the most fun.
Great.
Yeah, definitely.
Tim,
Yes.
what's your next topic?
Next topic: TV in 2015.
Here we go.
There's a whole bunch of shit. I don't know, like if we even watched most of these. This is a list of the things of the most trending TV shows.
Okay.
So there was
Lay them on me.
real quick, just going through that. I'm not sure that you guys watched The Jinx.
No idea
No.
what that is.
Okay, it was a HBO thing.
Okay.
The left.
Oh wait, no, I did see the Jinx. And it was awesome. It was about
Oh.
it was the guy who murdered his wife, right? No.
Yes.
Kevin Shane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was-
I remember people talking about this. I never watched it.
Yeah, I watched it. Whatever it was about a guy who like murdered someone and then got away with it for all those years. He's like a rich dude, New Yorker or whatever. Bless you. And then like he
Was that a
he ends up like
documentary?
kind of giving he ends
Oh,
up
that
like
was
kind of giving
not his
himself
wife. It was his friend.
His
Didn't he
friend,
kill
yeah.
his friend?
something like that. And then,
On
but
a
then
yacht.
like,
And then cut him up and buried all his shit. And then was like, it was self defense.
but then he gave himself away.
Bury?
But then he gave himself away. Like
On
he
the
was
interview.
yeah, he was like still mic'd up
Yeah.
in the bathroom and was like admitting to
No,
himself.
it was on camera still. He was literally like,
All right, don't
they
ruin it. I
left
wanna
and he
watch
was
it.
like, hey, make sure I got that right. And they're like, we're still rolling. And he's like, fucking killed that motherfucker. He deserved it. I'm like, what? I'm paraphrasing. But
Yeah, I did. So I did see
it was cool.
All
Yeah,
right,
that was
all right.
fucked up.
The
How
Leftovers.
many episodes is that?
What?
Is it just
Was
one
that his
episode?
wife?
No, that didn't make the movie though.
What?
Like that was just.
Oh, I saw the footage somewhere. I
Yeah,
can't remember where.
No, it was like they arrested him before the thing came out.
Then maybe I saw a documentary about it. Because I saw maybe even the making of it. I saw that footage where he like incriminates himself somehow. And I was like,
I mean, it was all over CNN.
maybe that's where I saw it.
Double Jeopardy. Can you get a gun?
I don't think he was ever tried for it, buddy. Great Ashley Judd movie though. Thank you for that.
I know, right?
She's so hot. She's still hot.
The
Follow her on
Leftovers.
Twitter.
I've heard it's great.
If
But
Steve Zaragoza would just shut up about it, maybe I'd give it a chance.
won't
But all
watch
he
it.
does
I
is fucking
refuse.
talk about it.
Refuse.
Scream Queens, people are really into it
No
now.
thanks.
Yeah, it looks weird.
You know why? It's because the goddamn promos they ran
At Comic-Con.
every 15 seconds on fucking on demand on Xfinity. It was
Oh.
always him, the showrunner talking to Jamie Lee Curtis, and it was the most mundane conversation. I'm like, I'm not watching this.
Did
show.
she talk about Activia?
She was like, if you
She's
need
like, we can
to
talk another
shit,
8 hours because I'm regular.
I just shit. Do you want to see me shit again? There it is. It smells like old prunes and pudding.
The Muppets.
I heard it was pretty bad.
I didn't see it. Actually,
Bad or
I don't
good?
think I
Yeah,
saw
I heard it
it.
was bad, and I heard the ratings
Oh.
are really bad too.
I'm sorry. This is the show.
Yeah,
No, I didn't watch it unfortunately.
it's great.
I thought
You
there
were
was
the
because there's
problem-
another Muppet movie coming out.
Sure, there it is.
But I can't remember. Or
Jason
was, at
Segel's
least.
doing it again.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Loved it. See, that's the thing. For me, as a banner to 2015, not being a big TV guy, for me, it was all on-demand stuff that I had taped to DVD, or mainly it was Netflix
The
stuff.
Netflix. I mean, there is
shit,
Netflix stuff.
Netflix shit pops around like Kimmy Schmidt, and I was like, oh, right, I like her, and here's the entire thing. So while we fold laundry, let's try a show. Oh, my God, this is really good. Let's
Yeah,
do it.
I had a crush on that girl when she was on The Office. I like a lot.
Yeah, she was really good.
We'll get to it, but the best thing I think I've seen on TV this year is on Netflix. It just came out.
Just came out.
Master of None.
No,
Is that what it is?
Jessica Jones.
Oh,
You already.
It is.
We'll get to that in a second because there's a whole section for
Fucking
that. But
shut
awesome.
up.
so
He said we'll get to
Master
it.
of None. Has anyone watched this?
Yeah.
I watched one or
Loved
two
it.
episodes of it. Yeah.
So it was so surprising.
Oh, that's
it
the
was
Aziz. The
Yeah.
Aziz
Aziz
Ansari.
Ansari. Because I caught his Instagram post about his parents that got circulated around or
Yeah.
whatever. How his dad, like, you know, how this show helped him reconnect with his parents, and they were never that close. And his dad took a week off of work to come film for the show. And so then when I saw it pop up on Netflix, I was like, all right, and tried it, and it was the same thing of like, damn, that was good. You want to watch another one, Christine? Sure. And then we just went through and just marathoned them all.
The girl in it.
Yeah,
I don't know how much she's in it. Noelle Wells.
yeah.
Do you know
She's
who I'm
in it a
talking
lot,
about?
yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, she was from SNL, but before SNL, she was like from YouTube, but not like a YouTube star, just like some obscure
Oh, great.
YouTube
She was
person
fantastic in the
that me
show.
and Kevin were fucking in love with because she is the funniest human being.
Really? She's
of
great
all
in the show.
time.
Great in the
Yeah,
show.
I knew her from a YouTube series she did with Milana, who's the AT&T commercial
Yeah,
girl.
dude,
now.
she's
Oh,
So
yeah,
now they're
okay.
doing things. So
Good for
I'm
them.
proud of them.
Good for them.
But yeah, I need to watch that. Then there was the Wet Hot American Summer.
Yeah.
First day of summer, which holy
Awesome.
shit, I love that.
First
Colin,
day
did you
of
watch
yeah.
that?
Not yet. No.
Have you
Oh,
seen the original
you'll-
movie?
Yep.
You'll
Oh,
enjoy it
you gotta
so
watch
much.
the series. This, Colin, you gotta watch this.
Okay. Are you telling me to watch it?
I'm telling you to
Okay.
watch it.
Just want to make sure I understand what you're saying.
Because it was fucking
Mark
good.
it down,
See
Kevin.
something,
This is
say
number
something.
one.
Yeah, it was great.
I thought the pacing of it was great.
That was
They had
fucking
so
perfect.
much surprises and just
And it was the same thing as Wet Hot American Summer, which is weird for me nowadays, where I watched it again and it got better. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
did
I
you?
usually don't have time to watch anything again or play anything again, and it was like finished it without Christine, and then she wanted to see it, so I watched it again with her. I was like, "Fuck, it's even funnier." Just
Dude.
like Wet Hot American Summer,
John Hamm in that is
right?
fucking brilliant.
so good. So fucking
so good.
But why'd you have to kill him then? You got a lot of questions. None of my
I got-
answers
I
are
don't
going to
have-
satisfy
yeah.
me, so I gotta go. I got this thing to do.
I hear what you're
I
saying.
hear what you're saying.
Keeping with the comedies, there was Inside Amy Schumer, the Comedy Central show,
Right.
which I watched a surprising amount of.
Really?
On YouTube. So I
Okay.
just watched
She's
a bunch of
funny,
the
man.
clips.
She's
but,
really
like,
funny, yeah.
Man, I was never into her, and I was just like, oh, she just makes like the same jokes over and over or whatever. Just because everything I've seen from her is
Just like us.
Yeah.
the same. Yeah. And then I saw this shit. I'm like, fuck, she is so funny. Like her sketches on this show are like grade A shit.
Did
Highly
you ever see the one where she
recommended.
plays the army game or whatever?
No.
Her boyfriend's playing an army video game or whatever, like basically you'd imagine Call of Duty,
Uh-huh.
and he's shooting a whole bunch of people, whatever. And then he leaves the room. And he's like, "You can play." So she jumps in and creates a female character, and she never gets to the battlefield. It's just she gets raped in her room, and then they pull it under the rug and dishonorably discharge her. And her boyfriend comes back in. And he goes, "How is it?" She's like, "I didn't even. This guy raped me." And then he's like, "That wouldn't happen." What are you talking? They're like watching along with her, and it's like the
God damn.
the horrible
Jesus,
shit.
that's dark.
She's super, yeah, she is like almost like not quite Anthony Jeselnik, but like 70% there.
That's
Yeah.
why you gotta
Well, I
love
mean,
her.
she's making a social commentary.
Yeah.
She got a lot of shit for that cover, the Rolling Stones cover, where she was sucking C-3PO's finger.
Yeah.
Everyone's like giving her shit, and I'm like, that's fucking awesome.
Go get her,
dude.
man.
I got a lot
We
of shit
love
for
you, Amy
using
Schumer.
that as a thumbnail too.
But you know what
At
though?
some
That's the
point.
fucking point, man. Like if you're a comedian and you can't make waves like that, then you're not doing your job right. That's why
Exactly.
you might not agree with Anthony Jeselnik, but he's out there, man, and he's making
swinging.
people
He's out
fucking
there.
think.
Did any of you watch Empire?
Oh,
No.
I heard
I
it's,
did.
It's murdering.
I did, and I liked it.
Well, I mean, I hear that Empire. Yeah, it is the fucking the underdog star of the year. I'm just like, where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah.
Everybody's fucking into it.
So now you're gonna talk about Nashville, of course.
No. What's there to
Nashville's
say
great.
about Nashville?
Well,
Greg?
Empire, ripped off Nashville, but other than
They
that,
did it right.
No, to
Did
be
they?
fair,
I
Empire
mean, it's successful.
ripped off King Lear, which is actually a quote from the showrunner. He was like, "I just really like Shakespeare, and I take all of my." He takes all of his story arcs from Shakespeare's
that's cool.
plays. So if you ever read King Lear, it's about a king who's bouncing, like playing his kids off of each other to see who's going to take the throne. And that's basically Empire.
So then the kind of continuing shows that we've known for years. We got Walking Dead, Game of
Great.
Thrones,
Fucking great
Mad
this year.
Men, Orange is the New Black, and House of Cards.
Didn't like the newest House of Cards as much as I wanted to.
Agreed.
I thought it's all right. So the thing about House of Cards is it should have ended by now.
Yeah.
But I think that the next season is going to be the end because now it's about, his arc, like he's at the top of the arc now. So now it's gonna be about his downfall.
We saw that kind of the
yeah.
final episode.
And so I'm excited about that
Yeah, me
because
too.
like he's gonna get his comeuppance and you're gonna see it all and it's gonna be awful for him. And I'm interested to see how they wrap it into all the fucked up shit he's done.
Or maybe not. Or maybe he gets away with it.
No, he won't get away
I
with
hope
it.
they don't. I hope that they just nail him.
I hope so.
I
I don't know. I kind of want to see him get away with it, but that's just the psycho in me.
House of Cards is. I mean, even though I agree, it doesn't have the same pop, especially the first season had, which was fucking
First season
awesome.
was the best. Yeah.
But it's an exceptional show.
Yeah.
It's an exceptional
Totally.
show. Mad Men is over. Mad Men is arguably the best show I've ever seen before.
I'll give you that.
And I think that the way that they wrapped it up was brilliant. The last season was full of.
He's rubbing it like a dick. I know. And
Was-
I love
was-
it.
was
He's
full of
rubbing
incre-
it like a big tip.
I'm not rubbing it like a dick. I'm rubbing it like
balls.
like a nipple,
like a nipple.
like the outside,
Big old silver
like the
dollar
outside of a
nipple.
nipple. But the
It's turning me on a little bit. I want you to know that. I'm watching you rub.
Yeah, I was wondering why it was
Jesus,
hard.
Get it wet. Get it a little bit wet. Just a little.
So the
perspire.
cool thing about the end of Mad Men, I know some people didn't like it, but I was nervous about it. Now, the man who runs the show obviously was one of the prolific writers on Sopranos, and you could see a lot. And Sopranos, another one of the best shows of all time, like bar none.
Undeniably.
You could see a similar arc at the end when Sopranos was ending. It was all about what's going to happen to Tony, and everyone was like, Tony's going to fucking get it, and it's about like how everything's falling apart and crumbling around him. And at the end of Sopranos, we don't quite know what happened. They never admitted it. They never know what happens. I think it's clear that he gets killed, but some people don't see it that way. And you saw a similar thing in Mad Men where I remember I think I was even watching it with Greg at times where I'm like they're going to nail him, for everything he's done, and they didn't. And that's what I loved about it was that like you, especially when it looked like, and I don't want to tune out if you want to watch Mad Men or whatever. I'll give you a few seconds. It looked like he was going to kill himself in the last episode.
It did.
And I love that they played with that. I'm like, he's going to fucking kill himself. That's how they're going to end this. And I'm like, I like it. But he has this
Especially
moment.
since he realizes that he's not the most unique, beautiful snowflake. Like there's a bunch of him in a room, and he's like, I don't have anything left to offer. And then I'm sorry, continue because you're telling it perfectly.
No, the scene with him in that circle, in the counseling circle with the guy that that talks to him and they start crying and stuff like that. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. But one of my favorite things about the last few episodes, the last 8 or 10 episodes, is it is steeped in symbolism. Like all of it. The books he reads, like everything about it is all symbolic. And I love that they did that. Mad Men is some of the most extraordinary television that has ever been. And it's never going to be touched. It never got bad. It never got mediocre. It was always fantastic.
It dipped a little. It dipped a little.
It did
but
dip a little.
every show that goes on that long is going to dip.
The
It's
worst
gonna have
episode
low
of Mad Men is better than 95% of television.
I'll give you that.
Like, it is perfect. And they ended it at the perfect time. I didn't want them to end it, but they did end it at the perfect time. We saw an entire decade of their lives.
Awesome.
And they touched on little things that made us feel better about some of the characters, but they didn't wrap everything up. I don't know if you saw, not David Chase, Michael Weiner, right? That's the
Yes.
He wrote, he had like a list of things that he wanted to wrap up, and I don't know if you saw it. He like tweeted it out after the thing, like all of these things that he wanted to wrap up, and like how they only touched like 3 of them. And it was like, what he's like, what happened with this, and like this character, and all these things, and they're like, we're only gonna check these boxes, and that's it. And I love that Peggy wrapped up with the artist, which I thought was awesome. Like, so a little piece of feel good kind of stuff.
Well, so
there.
did Pete. Pete got like this amazing ending that he did not deserve.
With
And I was like,
Allison.
you know what? I'm gonna give it to him.
Love you, Allison.
God, Allison Brie.
Love you. We had a moment.
On Twitter.
So I think Mad Men was memorable. I remember that ending, and I love the way they ended, and I love the way they wrapped it into that Coke ad. Like the brilliant thing. Do you know how it ends or whatever? Like you know the Coke like Bio World? What is it?
I want to give the world a Coke.
Like it's
in
a
perfect
famous
harmony.
ad.
It's one of the most famous
And what they
commercials
end up doing is like they end up insinuating that he wrote it.
Yeah.
And like
He's
that.
sitting in a fucking like yoga spiritual circle in Big Sur after you thought he was going to kill himself, and he's not. He's just meditating. And like you don't know what's going to happen next, and they just cut to that commercial.
Well, he smiles.
He
has
smiles
this, like,
for a
wry
second.
smile.
because he realizes that like fuck you world, I still have a lot to offer, and I'm still this amazing force to be reckoned with. And then you see they cut to, it's just a juxtaposition. They don't ever tell you if you did it or not, but the most famous Coke commercial ever, because they just said that he got the company he works for got Coke, like they rep Coke or whatever it is.
And then there's a bunch of symbolism again of like the girl with pigtails that leads off the Coke commercials, the same look of the girl who checked him into the Big Sur resort and all that stuff. So like there's a lot. I think it's more than
it's
casual
it's
nudge.
I love that kind of shit. It's the same reason why I used to love. I mean, it's a very different show, but Twilight Zone. Like Twilight Zone's one of my favorite shows because it's storytelling, but it's also super symbolic, and the characters mean something, and the scenery means something, and the things that they're doing. And so I loved just looking at certain things that they were doing in certain scenes, and I'm like, this is awesome. Like he's reading this weird, like, you know, it's like when you meet Cooper for the first time and you don't really know much about him, but he's always like, they talk about Ayn Rand or like all these things, and you realize like who he is based on what he's done and like who he is, like his worldview. It's going to be really, really
Cooper
hard.
Was Sterling?
Yeah, the old
Like the old man.
The old man. Okay. Yeah.
And I'm like, for all the fucked up things that happened in the last season, like, they fucking killed Betty, which is like incredible.
That was awesome too. Like her, that was the thing. Like her character arc, which came to fruition like, not over that many episodes. She went from basically like finding out she was sick, and then all of that relationship. It wasn't even about Dawn anymore. It was about her and her daughter and that relationship and how
they hated each other.
They fucking hated each other. And then there's just like that moment
and the
where
letter she writes to her, I was like,
and you realize that her mom was not the most perfect person, but she was still her mom. And Betty has that moment where, even though she's dying, she's like, you know what? I need to be my own person. I need to do something good for myself. So she walks up the stairs to go to class, even though she knows she's not going to finish out the semester. Like it's so good.
Yeah, and I do like how it was a little earlier, but how
you hated her. You fucking hated her character.
Yeah,
like almost all of the entire time.
Well, that was. I don't want to talk about this too much longer because I know we have other things to talk about. But they play on the same feelings that Seinfeld plays on, which is that, and it's weird because it's true. The characters are bad. A lot of the characters are bad people. Like Don's a bad person.
He's unredeemable. Yeah.
And yet it's the same thing to do with Tony Soprano. Tony Soprano's a fucking murderer. He's an asshole.
Mass murderer.
And you root for him. You hate Carmela. You fucking hate Carmela. She didn't do anything. But like anytime Carmela gives Tony like a hard time, it's like, shut the fuck up, Carmela.
Like busting my balls.
You know, like Tony pays the bills. You know,
Right,
and it's the same thing with Don, where it's like Don's a philanderer and a fucking liar.
Mm-hmm.
He lies to everyone. He fucks everyone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, both figuratively and actually. So it's just one of those things where like to the very bitter end, you're rooting for Don, even though Don doesn't deserve shit.
Mm-hmm.
Betty's the one that deserved a happy life, and she fucking doesn't get it.
Right.
But the one cool scene that is like when they're at camp and they fuck each other one last time, and I'm like, I love that. I love that they just have like a night. You know, and
I like their final conversation on the phone.
Yeah, there's I mean, I don't want to tune back.
Mad
in.
Men's great. Mad Men had a great year and a great ending.
Oh,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Moving on. Sorry.
Game of Thrones season 5.
Meh.
Nick didn't like it much.
I'm cooling off.
It was
cooling
weak in the
Game of Thrones.
beginning, and then it had like one spike, and then it had a couple more.
I mean, I think it was a lot of build up for a lot of cool shit at the end. That I think it's a nice segue season. I think season 6 needs to kind of keep up.
No,
the pace of it.
problem I have with Game of Thrones is there's no ending in sight. It needs to end now. It's getting too long in the tooth. It's just like
It's passing the buck too.
it is, and that's not good. Like, I hate to tell you guys, but like, this thing's gonna. How many more seasons does this have to go on before it catches up to like the end of the books? The last one's not even
I
written.
thought they
yet,
already
right?
did it.
They just need 2 more books. I think. I don't think. The show's gonna end long before the last book's done.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is I don't think that we have that much longer.
But how are they gonna possibly do that? Like without
It'll just be different, and I don't even think I think that the changes that they've made so far have been good.
they need to end it. That's my thing. And it's got one more season left before I don't give a shit. I already don't care. I don't know when the new one comes out, and that's sad because I used to know the exact date.
It was
I think it's in
interesting.
April.
I don't know
I'm
what
not
the
quite
number.
sure.
I'm sure it's still very popular. I'm sure the number's very strong, but it was interesting watching people stop caring. At least in my in my circle, being like,
With
I'm
the
over it.
fervor,
Yeah, like.
Yeah. I'm still super into it. I mean, it definitely at least it has to have a couple seasons left. Like they're not that close to ending it yet.
Sure.
But I'm still in it, and I thought it was not the worst season, but it was one of the worst seasons.
Okay.
It's no Walking Dead.
Walking Dead,
Walking
season
Dead.
6.
Still going strong. Love it.
Good Walking
Love it.
Dead. Fear the Walking Dead was great too.
Yep,
Both good.
there's that.
Both good.
Better Call Saul,
great.
Did you watch all of it?
All of it, great. Did you watch it yet?
I just watched the first 2 episodes. I don't really like.
You don't like him until that's a perfect. Who's the showrunner on that? It's Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Same guys. The same thing that did Breaking Bad. It's gonna kill me. Vince Gillian. That's a perfect Breaking Bad-esque show. Where if you watch the first season of Breaking Bad, it's boring. He doesn't start cooking meth till like way into it. It's just about his cancer and this fucking horrible dude that like no one gives a shit about because no one should give a shit about him because he hasn't done anything with his life. He's a fucking blank slate, like useless kind of loser. And then wait, he decides to cook meth. That's crazy. That's kind of Better Call Saul. You get to a point where you're like, the story kind of is just about a loser, and then it fucking just goes downhill fast. And you're like, this is fascinating. Let's watch this guy eventually get into the worst trouble of his life.
It's so funny you say that because like I know we've talked about this before. Like I don't think Breaking Bad's a very good show. I mean that was always my opinion of it. I know people love it. I finished the whole thing.
Okay.
It was one of those things where, and I don't want to shit on it because I know people love it. I know I'm in a small minority of people that didn't like the show. I'm just like this isn't good, like that good. And actually I loved the first season the most.
Really?
Because I was like, this is fucking weird. Like the chemistry teacher is like got his old student and they're gonna cook meth together and and then I was just like, I don't. The problem I had with it was, and we don't have to, we've talked about it, but I want to like someone. I need to like someone. And the person I liked was the kid. What was
Walt Jr.
Jesse.
Yeah.
And Jesse just gets shit on over and over by Walt, and I just want to be like, why are you treating him like what is the point of treating this guy like this? Like, why are you doing this to him? And I never understood. Like, it made it hard for me to watch it.
Yeah, I mean,
be perfectly honest with you, like I didn't like the way they like. I know it's a weird kind of hang up, but I'm like, I like Jesse, and he's the more redeemable character.
Yeah.
So why is he getting shit upon like constantly?
But unlike Mad Men, where I felt like you were gonna get some sort of happy closure with that, I feel like Breaking Bad was. From the get-go, you're like, this is going to end.
Oh, you knew it was going to end terribly.
Bad. Yeah. And I think they did a great job of setting it. I'm with you on that one, too, where I need to... Because there is that part of us that identifies with these characters, right? There's that part, even though this guy is having people killed and he's he cooks fucking meth and he's, by virtue of that, killing everyone that probably comes in contact with the drug that he's making. There's some part of him that that you see yourself in, right? Where you're like, maybe that's what it takes to get to the top. Or I don't know, he's working really hard. He deserves it. But yeah, with Don Draper, I think, any guy... I think any guy could look at him and be like, there's something in there that I see in myself, or at least want to see in myself. But with Walter White, you're just like, this motherfucker needs to die. He's got to die. In order for me to be happy, he's got to die. I think that's just a masterful show.
Yeah, it's true.
Next.
The final rounds of shows are the superheroes. The last thing we got Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Flash, Arrow, Supergirl, and is there another one that's the Flash and Arrow together? Legends of
Tomorrow. It's not out
hasn't
yet.
happened
Oh,
yet.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of
There's
S.H.I.E.L.D. is on there.
and Agent Carter or whatever, but I don't.
Didn't watch Agent Carter. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. got better. So I watched the last few episodes of that. I was okay with it. I probably won't watch that show again. Daredevil was cool.
Yeah,
Did you see
Daredevil was cool. I liked Daredevil. Ended flat, but I thought it was a good ride up
Ended
until
flat.
that point. Yeah.
Flash, love. Arrow.
I mean, like
Flash is fucking awesome.
We're just kind of shotgunning these out here. Flash is the best superhero show on TV, and 2015 was the end of season 1, and it was, I think, the defining moment of like, this is what it's supposed to be.
Now, I will disagree with you.
You're gonna say Jessica Jones
Because Jessica Jones, I think, is how they should handle all Marvel properties on TV going forward.
Sure, but I'm saying, I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying for Flash, I think comic book wise, like we're gonna have all these goofy ass
Awesome
villains
show.
and stuff.
Absolutely. Like Flash, I told you I was kind of giving you the updates. You're like, Nick, I watched the show already. But I'm like, and then this happened. You're like, Nick, I watched the show already. But the first season of Flash is bar none one of the best. It's the best season of. You're talking 23 episodes of comic book TV. It is awesome. It's
great.
So good. The cast is fucking nails it. You love all of them.
It has a great through line.
Yeah. Great
it
villain.
teases you the right way. There's a lot of great nods, and like that's it. Now with season 2, it's already like. They're kind of in like the freak of the week mentality where it's like, all right, but can we just get to like what's the one thing?
They had Monster of the Week mentality in the first season.
Sure, but I think we were always building when your whole thing was like, who is Harrison Wells? What is happening? Like that was
cool.
Part of the cat and mouse game. Whereas now it's like, all right. Like, can we get focus on the other guy? And like Jay's always like, do this. And it's like, all right,
like, Jay, fucking shut up. You can't run anymore.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Jessica Jones though?
So Daredevil was a great first start, right? And in order to understand Jessica, you have to go back to Daredevil. Great, right? Really brutal, very violent, TV MA. Like it was very much an R-rated show. which I'm like, this is cool because Daredevil deserves that, right?
Yeah.
But to Greg's, Daredevil went on maybe 3 episodes a little too long, right? You got to the Wilson Fisk and you're like, this guy's a cool character. And then we saw way too much of him. And I think by the end of it, you're like, meh, it's good, but it fell flat. Jessica Jones has something. And I don't know what it is, but it is really, really, really dark and really intense and builds tension much like a Silence of the Lambs like level tension where you're like, this person can't physically take this guy out. Like there's no way she can win. And it changes her fundamentally. And it's so well done. And she and Kristen Ritter, who I've never liked before, I don't think I've ever
Because she
watched.
always plays like, I'm the bitch.
Yeah,
I'm the bitchy
exactly.
friend. Yeah.
Fucking nails it. And I knew nothing about Jessica Jones. And if you don't either, do yourself a favor, go in blind. Just watch the show and get through the first couple episodes because your expectation of what it's supposed to be is S.H.I.E.L.D., Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Nowhere close to that. It is 180 degrees in the opposite direction. It is. I really don't want to say too much about it because I really, really enjoyed it. And as I was watching it, Finnegan texted me. He's like, yo, he starts every text with yo, you watching Jessica Jones? Because you should be. And I was like, dude, I'm fucking in there. And it was one of the first shows in a really long time where I had a text chat back and forth with my male friend.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this part was cool. Oh, this is cool. Definitely watch it. And again, it's one of those shows like most that benefit from the fact that you can watch all of them in one run.
Yep.
Now, it gets a little long in the tooth like anything because they had to do 13 episodes. It could have gone 10 episodes and been stellar. A couple of them are, when they're like, oh, let's see what this side character X is doing today. You're like, I don't give a fuck about side character X. Get back to the main villains. But the shit that happens in it is fucked up, dark, and very, very, very honors what a real dark comic book can be. Mm-hmm. And that's what I thought was cool about it.
Cool.
Did you watch it yet?
No interest.
I didn't either.
Yeah. That's the thing. I mean, that's like what works against it is it's not in my universe.
think
It's a
anyone was
character I don't
interested.
know. Yeah. I
I'm
hear
not.
it's great and it was literally, it came up on the same Netflix. Do I want to watch Jessica Jones or do I want to go into Master of None? And I was like, Master of None sounds more like what I'm into right now. And did that, and that was a weekend.
I think I really, if you have time this over the holiday break, if you're at the folks' house and you just want to sit down and watch something, or if you're at Steimer's family's house, sit down and watch a couple episodes of it because I think it'll if anything else, you'll be like, that is a cool way to tell a superhero story. That is a really fucking cool way of like treating the material. That's what I like most about it. It's very much like Dread, where you're like, this show shouldn't have gotten made, but it did, and I'm so fucking glad it did. And I hope they do another season of it. I really do.
Next.
Wait, no. Sorry. We're not going anywhere yet. I got to give two other show shout outs. I won't belabor because I know a lot of people don't
I didn't
like
mean
it.
next topic. I
Shonda
meant
Rhimes.
next game or next show.
Downton Abbey's last season was fucking awesome.
Okay.
Oh, I thought we were going to the next superhero show.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Supergirl's fun, forgettable.
Oh, I thought you wanted to move on to the next topic. Oh, okay.
Arrow's Arrow.
Arrow is not even Arrow. Well, I don't know. Arrow's last season was so weak. Well, see, that's the weird thing in 2015. One ends, one begins. Season 3 of Arrow ended, and I was like, I don't even. It was like a chore to even. I skipped to the end on a few things.
It's because they
went and
forced
rewinded
that
stuff.
relationship. They shouldn't have fucking.
Well, now
done
I'm talking
that.
about. Now you're talking about season 4 going forward or whatever. And I watched one episode, and I haven't made a point to get back to them. They're still on my DVR. I'm going to, but like Flash, I'm like, oh yeah, fuck Flash.
The only reason
Let's watch Flash.
reason they fucking force you to watch it is because the last 3 episodes are having crossovers, and so it's all building to Legends of Tomorrow. And you're like, oh, I really don't care about what's happening in Arrow, but I really care about what's happening on Flash. So fuck, I guess I'll watch Arrow.
Yeah.
Downton Abbey.
Yeah,
Are we done with comic shows?
Yes.
Okay.
I just want to say I want to give a shout out to Downton Abbey because that's still one of the greatest shows on TV, like bar none. Number 2, The Man in the High Castle is excellent, and it's not for everyone, but it's an Amazon show, and you guys should watch it if you want. It's alternate history meets sci-fi, and it's like really, there's nothing like it. It's based on a Philip K. Dick book, and it's definitely slow, and it's definitely plotting, and it's definitely about characters, but it is a really fucking cool idea. And what it's basically about is the United States loses World War II, the Japanese take over the western half, the Nazis take over the eastern half, the Nazis and the Japanese do not like each other. There's like a middle zone called the neutral zone, that's like the Rocky Mountains, where like people like where Jewish people live and black people live and like all this kind of stuff, because they're obviously, the Third Reich would obviously kill them. The Japanese are like more accepting of them, but now they're trying to like kind of homogenize themselves. And it's about basically these film reels that they're trying to get to this man called the Man in the High Castle, who like you don't know who he is. And the
Do
film,
we find out in the end?
No.
Okay.
And the film reels show an alternate history where the United States wins, or where other things happen. Like, so there's like other branches, and they start playing them and looking at them and realize like, what the fuck's going on here? And the last episode of the show is fucking bonkers.
I don't say anything because now I'm
Bonkers.
Sold. I'm sold.
How many
I wanna
episodes
watch
is it?
this.
It's 10 episodes.
I like the pilot.
Dude, the last episode is fucking bonkers, and I have no one to talk to about it.
I'll watch it.
It is so
You
awesome.
just sold me on it, so
Yeah.
I'll watch that next. That's one with Rufus Sewell, right? The guy who's he was in Dark City.
I don't know any of the actors' names. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's
Nor have I
young-
ever heard
young-
of Dark City.
young people in it. But
Okay.
it's awesome. It's just it's like a fusion of alternate history and science fiction, and yeah, it's about like it's all these what ifs, but like you meet a lot of the Nazis, and it's weird. Like it's very unsettling. Like a lot of the Nazis are American.
yeah, because the trailer was super unsettling
Yeah.
for it. That's the one where it's like it starts off like Americana, and you're like, oh, this is gonna be a show about the the late 40s, early 50s, whatever. And it's like it's this guy, the actor that I just listed, and his kid, and the kid's going away, and he's like, all right, bye, Pop, Zig Heil, and he's like, Zig Heil, son, and you're like, what the fuck? And then it goes straight into like the whole like that era.
Nazi rule.
Dude, the
fucking
last
weird. It's crazy.
episode. Oh, the last episode.
All right,
is
don't
so
spoil it. I'll go back and watch
It's
this.
bonkers. It's been spoiled. Bonkers.
It's so good. It turns the whole show on its head. I can't wait for someone to see it.
I thought you were a big Scandal fan. Am I crazy?
No, I don't. I wanna
No,
watch it.
you like.
What?
Damages? No.
What's the
What-
dumb show you? No, Good
The
Wife.
Good Wife.
The Good Wife.
Oh, The Good Wife's fantastic, but I mean, we've talked a great deal about that as well. Still fantastic. 7 seasons and still fantastic show. I watch a lot.
Nashville's
Of
great too.
Digimon Adventure
Nashville's
Try.
great.
Watch it if you haven't.
Is Nashville still great?
Yeah, it's only getting better. Is there anything else on your?
That's all we got for TV.
All right. What's your next topic?
Final topic is just big moments of 2015.
Oh, okay.
So I have a list of shit, but I mean, this is just things to remind me of things. That
Us or for the
happened.
world?
Not for us.
Okay.
Not kind of funny
Greg
stuff.
Miller winning the Trending Gamer Award.
obviously.
On the
That
Game
was a big one
Awards.
for the world. Thank you, Kevin and Tim,
And
Colin.
thanking Nicole
Tam.
Tan.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nicole Tan.
Thank you,
Nicole, Tam.
Christine. Thank you,
Nick.
Portillo.
Tim,
Kevin,
Kevin,
Tim,
and Nicole. We
and
appreciate
Nicole.
Mm.
Really-
we got to
really
sell that shirt. We got to sell that.
All
That's,
right.
that's a great shirt. It really is.
Just off the top of your head, what are the big things that happened in 2015? Because for me, just like the biggest moment, if you were to be like, what's the craziest thing that happened? Final Fantasy VII Remake. I can't believe that was fucking announced.
And you're saying this is for you, but you said this
That
wasn't
was-
for us. This is for everyone.
That was announced in.
What's that? I'm talking about like what we think of 2015 being.
That was E3.
oh, so but I'm just trying to
no,
find.
it was PSX last year.
Yeah,
The
well,
remake? No?
no, they announced the PC port.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The port was PSX.
PSX.
The remake was E3.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I remember we
You're
were
right,
in,
you're
we were in
right, you're right,
GameSpot's
you're right,
world.
you're right.
I'm just trying to understand the parameters because you were saying just generally.
Biggest moments of 2015.
Yeah. I mean, just to you, what stands out?
Oh,
I
I
think
mean,
of bad stuff.
Well,
Paris
there's a lot of
right
bad
now.
stuff,
The
yeah.
shootings. I mean, Donald Trump.
I was gonna say 2015 is the rise of Donald Trump. Like I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, we don't have to get too serious about it, but it's fascinating. I was just telling Kevin today that the new polling, aggregate polling's out today. He's up again, like 13 points higher than he was in October. So
Hey, man, people
so
voted
it's-
for Bush because they said he was the candidate they most wanted to have a beer with. I guess Trump's the one you want to do cocaine with.
So I
Good
mean,
point.
to me, this is a very political year. It's a very politically charged year. There's a lot of tragedy happening. I think Donald Trump's I can't imagine Donald Trump winning. So to me, he's just a fascinating person to watch.
Mhm.
But I keep saying that, and we're only 54 days away from Iowa now. So the window's closing. But to me, that it's a very political year. It's a very
Yeah, I went a real different direction. with the,
You went the Tim way.
yeah, with the
you
things
went
I
pop- you
have
went
on
pop
my
culture.
list include Pizza Rat.
Pizza Rat. I remember Pizza
Who
Rat.
the fuck is Pizza
What the
Rat?
hell's Pizza
For one
Rat?
day, Pizza Rat owned Twitter and Instagram and everything. It was a rat that ran downstairs with a piece of pizza on the
only
New York
pizza.
subway.
It was a big deal. It was
This is
like-
what hurts.
Every
the
time
mo-
you guys say that, a part of Colin dies.
What hurts the most about it is that a long time ago, Jim Riley and I were waiting for a train to IGN outside of and this is before the phones did video or whatever. And there was a pigeon who was eating a slice of pizza and flipped it over his head onto his back.
Oh
and it
my
landed.
God.
And if we could have been filming that moment, lives would be completely different right
It
now.
would have been viral as shit.
Butterfly
There was
effect.
also the Toronto raccoon.
I don't know that guy.
See, these are just my favorite
Wait, is he the
things.
one who
These
walks
are
up
the
to the
moments
cat
of
dish?
2015.
These are my moments,
He
dude.
goes up to the cat dish and takes the food and runs away.
No. The fucking
what
the
the
Toronto
hell?
raccoon. He
What
got
is
hit by a
happening?
car and he died on the side of the road in Toronto. And the people of Toronto mourned his death. Made him a little the people were leaving flowers for him. And throughout the day, they kept calling the animal control to like come take him away, and they never fucking came to take him. So it just turned into this fucking gigantic thing.
I don't know how I
the
missed that.
raccoon.
Man. That sounds.
Look at the post for it, because the pictures
Sure.
are just like
Sure,
they're
sure.
the funniest.
The Toronto
things.
raccoon. Okay.
I'm a bad person. There was
No, you're
those
not. You're,
there are those hoverboard things
yeah, the
that everyone
wheelie
has, but I
thingamajigs,
still
yeah.
don't fucking understand how they work.
I mean, in that
What do you
line
mean
of
that-
thinking, then this was the year of Grimecraft
Yeah.
because he came to our knowledge base and only got bigger and bigger.
I mean, a lot of these things are very Grimecraft-esque. Like, there was a lot of slang that, although not created this year, I think was like forced down everyone's throat this year. Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
Saying AF to mean as fuck.
Right.
Squad, goals, any of that shit.
Is on fleek this year?
On
Is that,
fleek,
okay.
yeah. We'll see again. Another one started last year, but
Sure,
now
but this is
it's
where
all
it's fever pitch.
The basic people are
Sure.
getting it this year. Basic award of last 2 years ago, which was big last year. The Caitlyn Jenner thing, I think that was
yeah.
that was
That
a big
was
deal in an
It's a
actual
legitimate. It's a
substantial way.
legitimate
Yeah.
actual moment.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's no Rocket Raccoon getting run over, but
Well, I
Nick,
think
you'll love it. I swear to God, you'll fucking love it. There was
I-
Fuller House announced.
Full House was announced.
more,
Yes.
more importantly than that, we got the phenomena that was the fucking unauthorized biopic for Full House featuring Count Dracula and
As
the fucking
as Jesse Kasopoulos.
Man buns.
Man buns.
I think it was the year of the man bun, for better or
this
worse,
is a shitty year. Then.
which means worse. Periscope was the thing for a minute that people liked.
still is.
Yeah,
People still.
Not as big
people
as it
really
was.
liked it for a second.
Yeah.
People fucking up their lips like Kylie Jenner.
That's always been the
That's
case. though.
25 years at
Yeah.
least, 30 years.
No, but I mean, like take like the little kids, like with the cups with their sock on it,
Oh.
and it fucks them up.
Yeah, she just
Stupid-ass
got.
kids.
She got a lot.
These are
of
the
those
moments
things.
of 2015.
These
Hey,
are.
man.
These are. Don't worry about Russia or Syria.
To
Don't
Pimp
worry
a
about those
Butterfly,
things.
fucking
ISIS.
awesome album.
Don't worry about ISIS. Don't worry about those things.
There was the Watch Me Whippin' Nene
Don't worry
video.
about the refugees that are. Yeah. Don't worry about any of that. It's really just about Taylor Swift, and we all know this.
Yeah.
We
Well,
didn't
that's
mention
every
her.
year. She has a million. She had
She
a
killed it
killer
this year.
year
Yeah,
in terms of
1989 tour.
videos and the tour.
This
Yeah,
was- this
the
was the-
tour. Honestly, she fucking killed it. The thing where she had like different guests at every single fucking spot.
I was really impressed by that,
Even
actually.
on like multi-night stints,
Yeah.
she'd have different guests. Fucking awesome. And when you look at the final lineup of people she got, she's like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yep.
She can get anyone she wants.
San
got Mick
Francisco show.
Jagger.
San Francisco show.
Name it.
Julia Roberts.
Crazy.
Joan Baez.
Hell yeah.
We were all like, okay. And here's some UK group that's supposed to be big right now.
They were big, little minks. Don't hate.
I'm
on
not
them.
hating. I'm just saying I had no idea who they were then, or do I know them
Do
now?
yeah. No, but there's some good ones there. I wish that we had the one with Tyga doing "See You Again."
Sure.
That would've been
Yeah, we all would have cried
something
again.
special.
Yeah.
This is also the year that the gentleman that directs all of her videos got a little big too.
Joseph Kahn.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the
He
Power
became-
Ranger short.
Yeah, he became a pretty big deal to me, at least, because I started following on Twitter. Now he tweets a lot, and I don't like any of his tweets, but I respect the man.
He has a personality.
He's got a personality, and he says some outrageous shit, and I'm like, whoa. But he's already established, so we can't say that. I have to be reserved because, I haven't broken out just yet as the major talent that we
From
all know
Kinda
that
Funny.
I am.
Yeah.
So I can't say things like the underside of my ball sack is really tan, like I did at the beginning of this episode.
You can say that. That's gonna
Can I
make
say
you
that?
big. That's gonna make you big.
What about my choach? Is a little sweaty right now. I got a sweaty
What's your
choach.
choach? Your ball sack? What is that? I don't know.
And I think it's actually a female term for.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think Chocha is.
well, I remember
Vagina.
this
I think
is
it's vagina.
one
Kevin,
of the first.
can you
Can you Google chocha vagina and see what comes up? It's chucha.
I thought. What's Concha? Concha.
all about the
I saw
Benjamins?
it,
They
you
say
know.
Chocha. That's what. That's where I heard that word.
I just
It
remember
is?
Missy Elliott was like,
Yeah, because I
gonna
remember
shave my
I was watching
chocha.
some porno back in the
I'm like,
day.
you do that, Missy.
"Get there, Missy."
Amongst all of these moments, I just
Right.
want to remind everyone that a terrorist organization has carved out a caliphate the size of Indiana in the middle of the Middle East as well. So we should know that that was probably one of the moments.
Definitely.
Beheadings of Christians and journalists. So some serious things happened in Paris. Obviously, Greg brought up a lot of serious things, but no, there's happy things. This is also our year.
This was a good year for us.
It was a great year for us.
Yeah.
It was
We
It
owned
was
best
amazing.
year
Thank
professionally
you all
ever.
for it. Yeah.
Period.
No, yeah, we
call
can't.
it a day.
Yeah, that's why it's so crazy. I'm making a lot of jokes about the Game Awards because they just happened for us.
You're not
even though for
joking.
you, long. No, I mean I really did win Trending Game of the Year. No big deal.
No joke.
I think
Voted by
everyone
you.
knows.
Thank you for
We
your
all
Thank you,
know.
Nicole.
But that was such a crazy end that like getting that award still a year, you dial a year back from that and it was still at IGN and I was at the Game Awards in the crowd and then we went to PSX and PSX was huge a year ago. Like It's still not. We still haven't done this a full year, which is crazy. It feels like we've been doing it forever.
We're
in
like
reality,
a little less than a month away.
Yeah.
From doing this a year.
No,
Yeah.
what's crazy is we decided to take the last 2 weeks off, which is why we're bankrolling some of the episodes now. But the last day we work, it's almost as if God was like, I'm going to reward you because Star Wars comes out
Yeah,
today.
no, that's so true.
And it's like the little push, like we have so much shit to do between now and that day. All of it is going to make it worth it when I sit in that fucking theater and I see Star Wars.
Or when I sit in that theater and I put on my 3D glasses.
I'm not seeing it in 3D.
I know we are. I still
I
have to get.
can't
I'm gonna,
believe
I gotta,
you said that. I can't believe you're going to do that. I have an extra ticket for my showing, by the way. So if you want to
I,
come see it with me on Friday.
I already agreed. I'm gonna go with Tim. He
we
was very
gotta
kind
do our
enough
video.
to-
We gotta do our video.
He's kind enough to offer it.
I
I'm
just
gonna
don't
go.
understand. Whatever. The 3D
What?
thing will be saved for another time.
It's terrible.
I'm gonna buy
The
those
3D
glasses on
sucks, yeah.
Amazon. That negates the 3D. It's gonna be fun.
Smart.
It negates it.
Bottom already?
No,
You should Amazon.
How
now
much are
them.
they?
it'll be too easy. It was like $15, $20, something like that. It'll be easy.
Can you?
Shipping.
It's
Yeah.
true. My Keurig
Well,
coffee got
I
here.
Amazon now.
I bought something for a friend of mine, and I was like, all right, well, I don't have to give it to her until Tuesday. It's Thursday right now. And they were like, so I'm like, Prime will get it here by probably Saturday or Monday. And they're like, oh, it'll come on Tuesday. And I had to pay $4 to get it come on Monday. What the fuck is this shit?
Dude, Amazon, man, the year they're slipping, 2015.
The year
I
that
agree
they made
with
a profit for the first time, and now that they do, now that they've destroyed everyone, now they can charge you whatever they want.
Is it still gonna be the same colors? Negate the 3D, but the same colors.
Yeah, all it does is shift
I think,
them
yeah,
over
I don't
time, but-
know. I just someone sent me a link to it, and it looked like it was something that works. So
Well, the 3D glasses aren't red and blue anymore.
Well, I know that, but I just want to make sure nothing's gonna look weird. What, Kev?
Oh, I'm sure it'll look
It's
a
gonna
little
be
weird.
darker.
I don't know what to do because I don't like 3D that much.
Is that how it
either.
works?
I mean, here's my thing. The fact that there's people that are like, I don't like 3D so much that I'm going to make it 2D, that's fucking weird.
No, it's not.
You understand? I'm already breaking a lot of rules to see this not on the back of a Virgin America seat.
I hate you so goddamn
You understand? There's a lot of things I'm already sacrificing for you. Can I
I know,
see it in the
you-
2 dimensions I love?
You realize that standard means that every film costs you at least $250 to watch.
And it's worth it. That's
worth
the
every
price.
penny.
You know what? Heads up. If you want to do Batman v Superman, day it comes out, it's in theaters and it's on a Virgin America flight, I'll book a 3-hour Virgin America flight.
You just fly to,
Just to watch
fly
it
to
sitting
Palm
there.
Springs, get back on the plane, fly back, watch it
Watch
again.
it twice.
Yeah, why not?
There you go.
God
yeah, can we just get Richard Branson to circle me in the air for 2 showings of Batman v Superman? If you're listening, Richard, let's do it.
Look, I saw Jurassic World in 3D because it just happened to work out and I didn't give a shit about it. And you know what? It was fine. It didn't hurt the movie, I don't think. But
I think
that's because Jurassic World really wasn't a movie that fucking
The problem
mattered.
for me, and this is just somebody who doesn't like 3D movies, don't get me wrong, is that it distracts from me. When I saw to get into, I had an early screening of Man of Steel, but it was 3D, and so of course I took it. But it was totally one of those things of like, there's that adjustment period of what am I doing and
That's
what's
what the
happening. in the
trailers are
background.
for. Like, to me, I think that
Oh,
there is the
oh,
adjustment thing, and the trailers get you through that, and then you see the movie.
But
and you
for a
stop
movie
thinking
that I
about
want to absorb every part of, I don't want to see. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm hating. I'm very thankful
no,
you got
it's-
tickets. Otherwise, well, God knows when I'd see this movie.
Yeah, the problem with me is it takes it from a passive experience to a semi-active experience because
You
you're
gotta
always aware
dodge.
that you're something's either coming at you, you're
Sure,
wearing something on
also
your face,
true.
which I don't wear glasses, so to have something on my face that I have to like look through or read or watch it bothers me constantly. I'm constantly aware that they're there, and I don't. It's not the way the original artist intended for you to view it, and that is what pisses me off. And it's less of an experience and more of just an ethical issue of, I know J.J. Abrams didn't give a shit about making this movie in 3D. He shot it on film. He shot it as true to form to the original as humanly possible. And I have, in my heart of hearts, I have to believe that if he were to say, Nick, go see this movie, the words in 3D would not follow that sentence.
Yeah, but the 3D is in the better theaters with the nicer seats and
true.
the more proper sound systems. Yeah, it is.
No, there's probably an ETX
Well,
version
you
of it.
can't see the IMAX version of the
It's
movie.
not shot in IMAX, so why do you care? It's going to be a smaller screen on a bigger screen. It doesn't matter.
But
It's
then-
not shot in 70 millimeter. It won't fill up the whole screen anyway.
This conversation's one of my moments of 2015.
That's what I'm saying. You're going to go see it in IMAX, and it's actually a worse experience because it's going to be not as sharp and not as big.
No, but there are parts shot in IMAX.
Some parts, yeah, but the rest of the movie's not. It's not like it's Interstellar. Well, I guess it is like Interstellar.
It's exactly
So, okay,
like Interstellar.
I'll concede that. That was actually a good
There's never
experience.
been a movie shot in full IMAX.
He
Ever.
had the high ground.
There have,
rule.
but they weren't full
Well,
movies.
they're like
They were like
monkeys.
experiences or
Disney's
whatever.
monkeys.
That's a good point. That is a good point. So that would be worth seeing in IMAX. But again, if it wasn't shot in 3D, why are you seeing it in 3D? That's my question to you. If you see something, say something.
something.
Yeah.
To Colin Moriarty.
If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Game Over Greggy Show. Each and every week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table, each bring a random topic of discussion for your amusement. If you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny, where you can toss us a few bucks, get every episode early, get exclusive perks, and hang out with cool people. If you have no money or don't like cool people, head over to youtube.com/kindafunny, where we post every show topic by topic, day by day, until the entire thing is posted as one big MP3 in video file. Gentlemen, 2015 has been fantastic.
It has.
Thank you all for making that be that part of it.
Love it.
Nick, you're my favorite.
Thanks, Greg.
Until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.